All right, everybody. So we're
Yes.
back with Super D&D Season 3. We're on episode 33. Got that costume. Episode 34. Eddie 33. Ross is going to ask me, like, which episode is
32?
it? 32? Yeah, 32. Anyway, we're about to show our new art montage put together by the one and only SciTech Poke, or Science Technologies Programming Overdone Entities, The Alchemist. Poke, The Alchemist, sorry.
Yeah.
That's the full title. Anyway, we're going to show the art montage, and then we'll be back to play some D&D. Whoop!
Fuck yeah.
Bro.
Let me see that.
Just a little while longer. Hold on. Just a little while longer. Hold on. Just a little while longer. Everything will be alright. Everything will be alright. Fight on, just a little while longer. Fight on, just a little while longer. Fight on, just a little while longer. Everything will be alright. Everything will be alright.
We're on episode 33. It is May 19th still, 2102. It's Thursday early afternoon. Last time, Daniel got a call from Ben Hopkins, who's on the medical board at the R-Town Children's Hospital. Daniel was asked if he could come look at a case of a child who was pronounced dead for many hours before seemingly coming back to life. This was the start of many cases, some of them very gruesome, some of them less so. Ashley helped Daniel cover these cases while Ian went back to the cabin to tell the rest of the Motley Misfits. During this time, the rest of the party started to wake up and enjoy breakfast, mostly made by Arya and Seamus. A little while later, Ian arrived and began to tell them about the cases of people coming back from the dead. Arya then went upstairs and tried to wake Athena and Phantasma with a cup of coffee, but El Phantasma wanted to get up much less than Athena for once. Athena made herself tire again by advancing El Phantasma's sleep to where he felt rested enough to get up. They joined everyone else downstairs as Ian was explaining. The party began to express the need for a plan and how they might have to tell the world so they could prepare. Leo and Minerva were very much against this plan, while Thalia and the General were very much for trust and honesty. The conversation ended with a slight confrontation between Leo. During this time, Daniel was finishing one last location where 3 men were in the ICU after being fully crushed under a heavy shipping container down by the docks. By all accounts, they should be dead. Daniel was talking with one of the doctors when one of their heart rate monitors started going off and very quickly flatlined. Daniel took a moment to walk into the room and sense the energy there. He watched the man's life force leave his body and vanish with a bluish-gray light. Daniel tried to catch the life energy and put it back in its body, but unfortunately, he just managed to get himself stuck outside of his body. This all happened while Ashley was on her way back to the cabin, and with her heartbeat sense, noticed that Daniel wasn't moving. So she went to investigate. There was one of the nurses told her that Daniel had just stopped moving, stopped doing anything, really. Ashley tried to shake him from his apparent stupor, but with no luck. She began carrying him on her back to the cabin, to then have Daniel suddenly sucked back into his body and recount what had happened. When Daniel and Ashley finally made it back, they discussed what had transpired with Minerva and Leo and began to finalize their plans with Thalion, who they would need to talk to first to get this knowledge known worldwide. The party then split up and had some more private talks. Ian went to talk with Mop, Jeffrey, and Arya about what they might do with the trident, but with no luck and mostly just being harassed by Lyle. However, they did learn from Lyle that power weapons come from the celestial realm, and other powers come from hell. Lyle also offered to help them if they would find him a home, or if Ian would be willing to take him in. The 4 of them were all fairly dubious and left after Ian stuffed Lyle back in the closet. During this time, Athena went to the basement, followed by El Phantasma. There, Athena tried, with El Phantasma's help, to figure out how her powers may have changed. During their conversations about how they were going to tell the world about demons, Daniel slipped out again, going to more hospitals and helping as many people as he could. And as soon as the conversation was over, Ashley went after him. Ashley confronted him and had an important heart-to-heart about not overworking oneself, even though she said it was hypocritical coming from her. After that, Ashley made her way back, while Daniel kept working, despite her friendly warning. When Ashley did return, she found Ian, and the 2 of them talked. They talked about what the future might hold for them, and what Ian might be prepared to do if they needed him to. They did this away from everyone, in Daniel's soundproof room, and definitely didn't cough, roll any performance checks. In the meantime, Mop dealt with a very drunk Seamus. After hearing Seamus had 47 glasses of whiskey, the 2 went for a walk. Mop took Seamus down the river by the cabin. Mop asked Seamus how he was mentally, to which Seamus says he was alright, a bit drunk, but alright. Mop asked Seamus to sober up, to which Seamus jumped in the cold river. And when Seamus was much more sober, Mop ripped the string off of the mop, the spark, and tied it around Seamus's finger. Mop concentrated for a moment, and the mop turned back into a ring, as well as the string around Seamus's finger. The string, now a simple yet stunning silver ring, stood on Seamus's finger. He gasped and smiled, pulling Mop into an embrace, and pulled him in closer for a long kiss. Their kiss, however, was interrupted by a rushing of water, pooling around from the rings around both of their fingers. It rushed towards the water nearby until forming over in the shape of Puddle Boy, giving out a look of fear and concern towards Mop. The water on the bank shot up around Puddle Boy in a cyclone and shook the ground around them, knocking Mop and Seamus back. When the water settled, they saw a figure lying on the bank, wearing a black hoodie with black hair, lying face down. The sun begins to set. Sorry, not begins to set. It begins to get high in the sky. My bad. All is quiet. Ugh, I was doing so well. All is quiet in the early afternoon air. Most of the motley misfits are inside, working on things. Until suddenly, Jeffrey and Arya, you hear an eruption and a shaking off in the direction Mop went. Athena and El Phantasma, you faintly feel a shaking from in the basement where you are. While Ashley and Ian, you don't hear a thing. And of course, neither does Daniel out in the city. Those of you in the house, what do you do?
Immediately sprinting.
We're heading up. Yep, we're heading up.
Okay, and Caboodle?
I was just gonna say, I was like, did we see anything? Like, specifically, or do we just felt the rumbles and heard the
You
flew?
you heard this big poof, and then this
Did we know
rumbling.
specifically water?
You don't know water per se. It could be water based off. It sounds maybe could be water, could just be earth, but it's coming from the direction Mop went, which is by the river.
Ooh. So she's not gonna think. She's gonna look to Jeffrey and be like, can that be Candor?
And then you see
I
Athena
don't
and
know.
El Phantasma rush up the stairs.
Oh, okay. Where are you going?
Wherever that noise came from. What's going on?
I don't know.
We should probably go figure it out. Let's go.
Okay.
What a slippity sloopy fly over there.
I'm gonna walk.
Okay. Jeffrey's walking behind everybody. Arya flies up and above. You see that, Arya, from your higher vantage point, you just see this large area of that's just covered in a dampness, not from a storm, probably from the large splash that you heard. You see Steinar, as well as Seamus, kind of hunched on the side of the now muddy bank, looking over a person. You'll be arriving at various times, Jeffrey behind everybody, Arya a little bit in front. Mop, or Steinar, and Seamus, you're kind of maybe 5-6 feet away from the body. It's lying in the water, not moving, at least not at first. What do you do?
Fucking run out there and fucking swim him to shore.
Okay. They're kind of laying on the sandy beach, so it's not even that hard. As
Okay.
you turn them over, you see Puddle Boy's face, unchanged, from the last moment you saw him in hell. He hasn't aged a day. No scars, no differences. What age, Zune, was Puddle Boy when he went into hell?
20 something? 20 something?
Just a
20?
wee
I
lad.
thought it was 20, 21?
I'm gonna go
20.
20.
But he,
20 or
he
21?
looks exactly 20 still. And you see Puddle Boy, as you're turned over, and face sunlight with real eyes for the first time in a very long time.
Wait, he has to play Puddle Boy? Oh, fuck! Wait!
You see that the look of Steinar, a friend of yours that you've been traveling with, but it's different. Everything is true colors, not through watery lens. You feel alive.
He's gonna look down and like move his hands around.
Function exactly as he remembers them when they're alive. Still made of water, but still his hand. Mop, you see Seamus kind of move up behind you and put a shoulder on you and just go, "Oh, I'm very sober now. What exactly is happening?"
I don't know. Puddle boys. Is this some like sick joke that you're playing on me? This better not be.
The Arya land a bit behind you.
Oh god, you just made this so much more difficult.
Cracker! Bitch! Alright. So I see this now.
Mhm.
Okay. So I'm gonna she doesn't process it for a good 2 seconds before her face goes into shock and she just shouts like, "Papa!"
Do I hear this?
You hear
Oh,
that?
I
and
shouted.
You hear that, which carries a very long way. But a few
Yeah.
seconds. Count to both you, Poke and Kostia, count to 15 before coming in, and Kier count
Okay.
to
Okay.
30.
I'm staying close to Steinar. I'm letting him talk because Steinar like
Restart your counts.
yeah.
Because the little red boy.
Steinar. Yeah.
Restart your counts. Now go.
Okay.
Thank you.
You'll see that Puddle Boy just sort of looks at you, as if expecting an answer to a question he asked you.
How are you even here right now?
Right. I don't know.
What?
Are you okay?
Just give me a minute.
What?
Maybe we
What?
should take.
What the hell? Jeffrey says as he walks up.
You can hear me?
Yeah.
Are you really back? What is this?
I want to walk over and touch him. Like
Body.
his shoulder.
Feels normal. Slight dampness of the skin, and and even on the clothing, but
I can
not
feel
damp
you
damp.
too.
Ashley and Ian, in the meantime, you come out of the room, and it's eerily quiet while I'm giving everybody else a moment to compose their thoughts.
What the hell is it?
Actually, by the way, in Focus has heartbeat sense. Are they all
Yeah,
not in the house?
Ashley looks around for a second and notices, now that she has more time to concentrate, where the heartbeats are. She senses Arya's, Jeffrey's, Phantasma's, Athena's, Steinar's, Seamus's. Freddy is somewhere in the living room.
Ian,
only
they're
two.
all by the water. Wait, come. No clue what's happened. But if they're all out there, something.
Does Puddle Boy
It's
have a heartbeat?
fine. If anything happens, just
Do I see another heartbeat? No. Okay. They're all at the water. There's no other person there though.
Yeah, they're just at the water.
Oh no.
Okay.
Oh no.
Okay.
This
ball is Ian-
temporary.
And she'll pull Ian along after.
You're
He is
not
like-
going. He's gonna
he is like-
make food. He's like, I wanna cook something.
Ian, come on. You're not hungry.
No, I'm never hungry, but cooking's fun.
She's gonna grab his arm. Come on.
Out. I don't want to go to the freaking wherever they are.
Yeah, don't
We
be a
don't know
bitch.
what
Fuck you.
Yeah, don't be
we
a
don't
bitch.
know what's up. Come on.
I'm sure it's fine.
I'd like to
No,
imagine
you're not
that
sure it's
Heidi
fine.
and Ashley are talking at the same time, so it's like two
Yeah.
voices.
Yep.
No, you don't know it's fine.
You're lazy.
$20 says you're wrong.
Deal.
And
Fine. Bet.
$20 is little.
I'll
Right.
raise it to 100.
I'll raise it to 500.
Oh dear
Raise
lord.
it to 1,000.
10K.
Ooh, actually, I'm gonna call off the
Not
bet
10K.
now.
Oh.
Wait, ooh, 10K. Hang on.
10K.
Come on, Mr. Millionaire.
All right, hold on,
You know
hang on,
what?
hang on. If nothing is physically harming them in any way, I win, right?
No,
Mm,
you just lose.
you said it wasn't anything urgent. If it's not anything urgent, then you win. You win.
Fine. And with that, Ian's gonna zoom.
Ian's there.
She'll bloodshot right after him. Yeah, I know he's there.
Okay, so continue your RP, and I'll tell you when Ian gets there. Alright, Ian's there.
I bloodshot. I bloodshot over there.
All right, boys. What's going on here? Are any of you harmed in any physical? Whoa!
It's Puddle Boy.
I just point for Jacob.
Yes, it's nothing urgent. I win. Let's
How
go.
is this not urgent?
I could have made coffee.
I'm not there
I
yet.
could have had play board games. He would have come back eventually. It's not urgent.
And Ash
So,
then
okay.
comes a few seconds later, lobbing her way
Wait,
that
and-
way.
She's like about to say something about the bet, but then completely stops.
Hurry up!
Freezes.
He's back.
Puddle Boy?
How?
There's the
Simple, isn't it?
cases of people
Death is
not
stopped,
dying,
so.
right?
Right?
That's-
But didn't he like
Wait,
fuse with you or
what?
something?
He was with you.
She's gonna start dialing for Daniel. She's gonna start calling Daniel.
Hello.
Sorry, Zune.
He is going to leave you on hold, or he's not going to answer it. He's just going to silence his phone.
He's a
I'll
busy man.
leave a voicemail.
Okay.
And I'll say, hey, Daniel, something's happening back at the cabin. Puddle Boy's back. We really need you. Get back here as quick as you can. She'll hang up, and then she'll call again because that's a trait I have.
Starting to get urgent.
As they're doing that, I'm gonna turn into the mop and start to pick him up.
Let's bring him back to the cabin. Are you okay? Looking at Puddle Boy.
Who am I playing here?
I don't know. Is Daniel answering the phone?
Because then you're playing Daniel, but if you're not picking up the phone, then you're answering Puddle Boy.
He'll probably let it ring the second time and then pick up the third time.
Okay.
Okay.
It's in the second call right now, so this is fine.
Gotcha.
She'll continue her questioning.
So
of
answer the
Puddle Boy.
question of the Puddle Boy again.
You see, he's like really struggling to figure out that he can speak. He is. Steinar probably would notice that his trying to communicate with all of you is in his head because he's so used to only
how he's
talking
always
in
done.
his head.
Jacob. He's gonna snap.
I need a mute. Okay, we can music. Fucking echo is like. I'm gonna go and I'm gonna like fly like kind of over.
Third call
Mop
happening now.
and Steiner. Never mind.
No, you're good, Caboodle.
No,
Keep
you're
going.
good.
Caroline was
I
just
just
doing
was
something
saying
in the
it.
background. Keep going.
Yeah.
You're good.
Oh.
You're good.
You do your thing. I was just mentioning.
It's for timelines, not for me. Keep going. You're good. You're good.
Oh, okay. I'm bad at this.
No, it's all right.
So she's gonna fly over where Steinar and Jacob are, and she's gonna sign to him like, "You can sign. Remember, it's okay."
Aww.
He'll shake his head a bit and like sign like, right.
Poor Zune.
I love you, Zune. Daniel,
Yeah, what do you want?
you gotta get back here quick. Something's happening. When did this just happen right now? She asked Mop and the rest of everyone that's here.
Yeah.
I heard an
Mop-
explosion, or felt a shaking in the butt.
Explosion.
It
was
felt
like
like
a
one.
guy's-
It was the basement was shaking.
Daniel, Puddle Boy's alive. Can you come back to the cabin?
Was that the guy in Mop's head?
Yeah. He's here.
All right, I'll be right there. And then he hangs up and starts walking, I guess.
Hey, Ad, you owe me money.
At a moderately fast pace.
I don't think I do, but also Yeah.
Is this urgent?
She does one of these and points at Puddle in Mob's hands.
He would have gotten to the cabin.
I
One way or
qualify this as
another.
urgent, Ian.
I don't.
Let's bring him back before we overwhelm
What I
him.
qualify as urgent is something that's a danger to the city or our health. That's urgent. This man,
People being
while he's
revived after
amazing.
being dead for 69 years is urgent.
We understood that people were coming back to life. There's nothing that was crazy about this. Not to downplay your accomplishments here, buddy, but it's not that outlandish.
We haven't seen anything like this yet. It's only people who have died here that had a problem.
Wait.
I don't know, not that crazy to me.
Mop.
You're not seeing your grandma come alive now, are you?
Mop. Puddle Boy's soul basically.
Can we
was
take this
in-
conversation into the living room so Puddle Boy can lay down?
Yeah.
I'm
I
assuming.
assume we're
walking
walking back to the
on the way.
cabin.
Time for assuming people.
Okay, good.
She was basically
I mean-
inside you, right?
I'm not sure exactly how it works, but yes, that's how it was.
And didn't you basically bury Puddle Boy on this beach?
Yes.
It has something to do with the soul, then, that you've been carrying along with you.
As you
Daniel,
open up
I
the-
guess.
Used to say that both Mop and that Mop soul, I don't know, the color thing Inaruki would do all the time, and our colors would swirl depending on what situations we had happening to us at the time. And she kind of looks at Jeffrey. And Mop's was also special in that his was swirling too,
Yeah.
of whatever silver goodness and
Wait, so you're saying that this whole thing is not permanent?
We don't know that yet.
I don't know what I'm
I don't
saying.
know. Technically, the soul's brought back to the body, and his body's not in any harm anymore. So maybe it is permanent. It could be.
I don't get this. Why is
Daniel
this so
will help
complicated?
us explain better. I don't really know much, but Daniel's been working on it all
I
day
don't
today.
know. Like, do they have any recollection of like people last time who were injured or should have been dead, like staying alive after that point? That's kind of something we need to know.
That's what we've been seeing all morning.
No, I know, but what happens when everything goes back to normal? Do those people that we saved stay alive, or do they die?
I feel like we need somebody who has a higher pay grade.
That would be Thalia.
I don't think
Not
even
Thalia.
Thalia would know something like this.
I'm talking
I
about
think-
upstairs.
Oh,
Oh yeah, I also have
Yeah.
some questions about that trident.
That is
is the
not.
trident really important right now?
Listen,
Ian.
you guys there.
I gave you everything I knew about the trident. I don't think I can tell you anything else.
I'm talking about upstairs. Thank you very much, my friend.
During this time, like while this is going on, Arya's with Mop's permission and sit on his shoulder and
He's
using
not
that
gonna
to
deny
rub.
it.
Yeah,
I mean,
Avada softly.
neither Arya or Puddle Boy nor Jeffrey, to be fair, way much to Mop.
Especially not me. And I'm gonna softly just like
Okay.
gently rub Puddle Boy's shoulder the whole time to calm him down.
So, shortly after that, you make it all back inside, and you lay Puddle Boy down on the couch, things like that. And in the meantime, while Daniel on the way back, you get a call from Thalia.
Everybody wants to talk to me. Before realizing who it is, he's just gonna like give a heavy sigh, look at the phone, and be like, "Oh," be like, "Hello."
So, I'm sure you're out working, but I got some frightening news that we'll probably need to look into at some point. I'm sure you can guess, but I've been getting reports that screams are coming from most of the graveyards. Under the ground.
Oh no!
Sorry to bother you, but we'll deal with that later if you're busy. Come see me when you can.
Oh, fuck! Jeffrey, you goddamn jinxed it!
I was just about to say I'm sorry.
So Daniel, you that brief conversation, and then you're just like halfway back.
He's like staring off a little bit, even like a few seconds after the phone call's over. He's still holding his phone up. He's like, starts walking quicker.
All right. So
Wait a minute.
you see as you're making your way back, you're all inside now, all set up. Mop has laid Puddle Boy down. That had to be BRB for a second, but I'm sure he'll be back.
I'm being near him.
So, you all come back. And now that you're inside, what do you do?
I'm gonna assign to Puddle Boy. How are you feeling? Now that he's like kind of getting used to it and everything.
I get him a blanket.
He waves
What's he
off the
wearing?
blanket.
He's wearing a black hoodie.
More of a towel.
I'll tell you. I'll show you.
It's a blue hoodie.
It's a black hoodie
Black.
with an Ice to Meet You t-shirt
I'll
on.
just start posting Puddle Boy art.
Messy, slightly wet-looking black hair.
Oh God.
But he looks fine. And for
What was that? Oh,
Yuzun
God.
playing Puddle Boy, he feels... It's weird, but he feels good.
Was he signs fine back at her.
Okay.
Can you talk?
Yeah.
Cortez is still staring from a distance.
You like see he going to like say words, but he just stops because he doesn't know
He
how vocal
process.
words work.
Yeah. I can't process it.
What? This is getting.
Let me help. Hold on.
Oh yes, thank you. That would be much easier.
I forgot I could do that for a second. Sorry.
Alright.
So rattled over the fact he's alive.
You pull everybody into the mental space. Ian, do you accept?
Before I do that, hold on.
Yeah,
Before I
okay.
do that, I'm going in with just me and Puddle Boy for a second, being like, it might get loud for a second, but this should make it a little easier. And then I will like add everyone else.
Before you add everyone, he'd be like, "It's fine. I'm used to it. Mob's thoughts are messy."
Oh,
Oh.
So, Ian, I'm assuming you accept the link.
Ian's like checking something. He's like, "Wait, why did everyone?" Oh,
Nom nom.
is this
User
better?
has joined your call. Alright, everybody's in there now.
Hey guys.
Hi.
hello there.
What the hell happened? Why are you back?
How do you feel? You okay?
Jeffrey, my guess is as good as yours.
Death stopped.
Okay,
Man's
well,
back.
how much do you know?
Everything you guys have experienced with Mob.
He's always been here. I know it's always been hard to talk, but me and Puddle Boy have actually talked a bit. Just not like this.
This doesn't seem right. I already grieved.
It's time for the ungrieving party.
I might say something that will make you feel a little weird, though. You don't have a heart, Puddle Boy. You don't have anything that I can sense.
He'll put his hand to his chest. Doesn't feel a heartbeat.
You're definitely here physically, but you're not what we are. I don't know what you are.
Maybe not.
Does he have a soul? Well, we'd need Daniel for that now, wouldn't we?
Daniel's coming, I guess.
I keep on wanting to answer these questions as well.
Yes.
What's up, Kier?
Out of character question. Correct me if I'm wrong, but because his body was made out of water, did he even have a heartbeat to begin with?
So we answered this last time. He's not like Nep, who doesn't have a body and she's just a soul in the water. He actually did have physical things, but was able to manipulate that to become
That's
water.
what I thought. I just wanted to double check because now I can confirm that this is not okay.
Well, we know people can live on water bodies, but they aren't
any other clothes.
Well, like Nep is actually like she's see-through. She's water. No one can actually touch her. Like there is a way that you can put a soul to be water, but you have to do a lot of fucked up experiments like Elias Morose was doing onto Neptune. So in this case, this is something a little different because this is what his powers are meaning to do, but they're not able to maintain it unless something goes wrong.
But he can't wear other clothes.
Otherwise, he will just turn to water and clothes will fall on the ground, and when he reforms, he's naked.
All right.
So your default.
So, continuing on.
Do you wait, Mop? What happened? You gotta run us through everything here.
Well, I took Seamus to sober up a bit. Had some heart-to-heart. I proposed, and then
you what?
You did what?
You see, he holds up because Mop is in the Mop form with the Mop active. It's just a string right now. But he holds up his finger with the piece of Mop string tied around it.
Congratulations.
Yes, thank you.
That definitely sobered him up, huh? Looking at Seamus.
It was more the water tornado that came out of nowhere, and his
Okay,
best
keep
friend
going.
coming
Whoa,
out of the mop / ring.
Sorry about that. Didn't mean to get
Huh.
started.
After a second, the water started to go away from me and towards the sea. Then leading to a giant geyser with Puddle Boy lying there.
You have good timing, Puddle Boy.
Guys, wait. You have Puddle Boy's powers, right?
Can I just like form some water?
Zip. Nothing happens.
Nope.
You have his
So
powers?
they're back in.
Since I'm no
Did
longer
you-
attached to him, the powers came with me.
What can you do?
Water?
I guess the same thing.
No, I know
before.
that, but I'm saying what... Can you do something right now?
It's
I'd
being
like
from
to-
a bubble.
I'd like to stay like this right now.
Okay.
Of course, of course.
Hmm.
Do you feel anything else off, different? What did any of that feel like?
Basically, it was looking through Mop's eyes. Except it was like I was looking through water. It was distorted.
I'm sorry any of this is happening to you. There's been a lot of weird things happening in the city right now. We just didn't expect that you could be one of the people that could come back here.
I
It seemed like it was
expect
just
either, Ashley.
people who were
Okay,
just
I'm
recently
not to
dying.
be rude and interrupt, Jacob. I'm very glad you're back, but we gotta let people know, like Thalia, because if he can come back, then who can't come back? That's what I want to know.
Theoretically, no one, like anyone, could come back.
I'm
If
gonna.
their soul is still here.
Where did we put Morose's body?
From what I understand, the government took it and incinerated it.
But we kept the head.
Correct.
Why
Where is
did we
it?
keep the head?
I'm gonna go get it.
Ian zooms upstairs,
Well,
then he zooms back.
about.
Hey guys, I got the head.
Thought it
You
was
alive,
downstairs.
man?
I thought it was down in the basement, but you
I'm
know.
pretty sure it's down in the basement. It's not in any of our bedrooms, please.
He still gets it.
Yeah.
Takes him like half a second. You alive, buddy? Huh?
You see
You alive?
the jaw kind of just goes.
I don't think he's alive. I think he's pretty dead still.
Figures you get
Well,
that.
don't bring that near the scorpion then.
You can go ahead and put that back now, Ian.
While
Alright.
this is all happening, and they were talking about like the body stuff and like who can't come back, Arya's gonna hesitantly look to the 2 graves that we have outside.
Oh no.
Oh no.
I'm going outside.
Athena notices the look and goes out there.
Fuck.
You hear?
They wouldn't
No, I'm
know,
kidding.
right?
No, you don't. Hear
Oh my
anything.
god.
You don't hear anything.
You just hear a Discord joining noise.
But you hear too. It's really fucking weird.
Two
I
calls,
am-
2 screams.
I am, however, going to do a searching thought and probe to make sure nothing's down there.
Nothing's there. And at the
I
same
hear
time,
voices.
they go outside. Ashley, you feel Daniel 250 feet away.
Daniel's near.
Where? I'll get him.
Okay, and she
I'm
points in the
calling
direction.
Thalia.
Fuck that. Just so
Hey,
you know.
buddy.
I'm staying by
Hey.
Jacob the whole time.
Do I have to use 2?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So,
So I have Daniel and I zoom back.
Daniel,
Hey, buddy.
you're at the front porch now. And you see people are out by the graves. Athena's focusing for a second.
Get more of a warning next time.
I said, hey, buddy.
That's not.
I love Ian so much.
He will step forward, walk up to Ashley, and he'll look at Jeffrey a little bit and be like, Thalia called me on the way here. The people in their graves are coming back. They're
Can I
screaming.
add him to the link?
I'm sorry, what?
You see you focus in
The graveyards, they're bringing people back there too.
as
Oh,
Jeffrey.
fuck.
Yes.
Okay. So I've got news from Daniel here that apparently graves are busting open with people, and also Jacob or Puddle Boy is back.
Well, I didn't know about the last part. Didn't he die like...
Yeah.
Alright. Well, good
Don't.
news.
The details are messy.
Yes. Everything's messy right now. Considering trying to contact people has been very hard because finding out for the demonic meeting, considering about half the people I call are dead from Moreau's industry stuff. And then I find out about 30% of them have recently come back to life, so they really don't know who's in charge.
Oh, God. Okay. I think we need to stage that press conference sooner, if possible.
I should
And,
hopefully be able to have a small one with the governor of Admara tonight.
Okay. Just. Is there a time that we need to show up?
I'm thinking it will be around 8:30.
8:30. When? Where?
It will probably be at the courthouse.
Okay. I'll let everybody know. We'll be there.
Thank you, Jeffrey.
No problem.
As per usual, she hangs up on you.
For the sake of convenience, I'm just going to relay the information that I was just told
Okay.
to everybody.
Precisely tells
Oh,
everybody.
that's good information.
As you're
You said tonight?
Yes, tonight. Obviously, this is a tonight thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, of course. And what's
Athena
what's
would
on the
turn-
then? What are we saying?
I don't know. We're gonna have to come up with something.
Athena would turn back around with one tear going down her cheek and just be like, they're not coming back. There's nothing there.
I have a feeling that we're still missing a bit of the information, but
Daniel
You know,
will
we
look
s-
at Athena. Yeah, you can finish your sentence.
we can at least tell them what we know, which is that the last time this happened, it was because of the doors of death opening. Therefore, this is
Yeah.
probably due to the same thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Look, Athena, we might need to at least bring them up from out of the ground just in case anything's possible at this point.
Daniel.
I don't want to, but if they wake up down there, they're going to
They're
be
gonna
panicked.
suffocate anyway.
what happens if they die of starvation? They just wake up again?
There's just no death.
They'll be
You should have
in the
seen the
middle of
people we
thing.
saw today, Jeffrey. People that had no hearts, broken ribs, collapsed lungs, and they were talking and walking like nothing happened.
The
Do they feel
injuries,
pain?
the injuries and the pain remain, but
This doesn't
They're
make sense,
dysfunctional.
and I hate it. This shouldn't be happening, especially on this large of a scale. Because last we heard, that it affected, what, 20 people? And now we're looking at everybody? And do
Before
we know if
do-
this is happening internationally?
Before we do anything with these, let's see if the people waking up died recently or have been gone for years. I don't want to.
have we
Disturb
also
them.
thought about how only 20 people came back because of the power of the demons that came through at the time? We might be looking at larger demons coming through this time.
Oh,
Okay.
that's not a bad idea. Okay,
Hmm.
shoot. We need to start writing something. Who's gonna
Yeah,
speak?
we do. I still think it should be Mop and I.
I'll shoot, Thalia some texts and see if we can get something together.
Right.
If you have any input, by all means, just send it to me and I'll forward it to her.
Yeah, Mop, why don't we go think of what we really do have to say right now?
We need to figure out what's going on because it's not fair.
You
to
guys
let
should.
Jacob just.
Well,
Maybe Ian
we're
can help
gonna-
Daniel get to where he needs to go to figure out what's happening with those bodies Thalia was talking about.
We're gonna have to do a lot of damage control because if people can't die, they might get braver too.
well, yeah. No kidding. What
Yeah.
consequences are there?
There's nothing, which means crime is probably gonna go up. And if we do this announcement,
Okay.
we'll have to be ready
I'll-
for that too.
Okay.
I'll start figuring out some of the logistics for the speech thing. And I'm gonna go into the city and do a patrol.
I will follow you, Jeffrey.
Anybody else coming with me?
I'll catch up.
If you guys have things to do here, by all means, get them done here. We still need information. So if we could have
yeah.
somebody on that.
Will
Yeah.
you stay with Jacob?
I
Yeah,
mean,
Stay with Mop and I. We really do have to figure this out.
also, Ari, if you
I
wanted
was
to
just-
help them with their speech, I'm sure Freddy and I are more than happy to keep Jacob some company. I won't
No,
get
it's
him
okay.
drunk, I promise. Unless he
It's-
wants to get drunk.
Fine.
Liquids don't
No,
really
even
affect
then
me
don't
the
let him.
same way.
They're Ashley's really good at speech making. I think they'll do a wonderful job.
Alright,
I'll keep him company.
let's go get Freddy then. He's a doctor. Or a nurse practitioner or something. Let's go.
Okay.
Jeffrey's gonna hop into his truck with whoever decides to come with me, which I think right now is just El Phantasma.
Yeah, it's just
And me.
Cortez.
Oh, and Athena?
Athena.
Yeah.
Yeah, those three.
Ian's gonna approach Daniel.
Okay.
Hey, buddy.
And we're going into the city.
Yep.
Daniel will raise an eyebrow.
After expecting to
Right.
be zoomed away again.
How you doing?
Fine. Look, I better go check on you guys' buddy real quick. And then I have to get to Thalia.
Yeah. I got important questions though. Like, just where you been at recently? You know, you seem a little distant.
The town is in chaos. I'm just focused on the task at hand.
What if your own brain is the task at hand?
Well, it isn't right now.
Don't ignore it, please. Trust me.
Trust me, I'm not. And then he'll put his hand on your shoulder as he starts to pass by.
That's some bullshit.
I'll confront it later.
No, you won't.
He will keep
Also bullshit.
walking over
You.
to Jacob.
You're just having a temper tantrum in the hallway as Daniel walks by.
Stop it.
While we're in the truck, can I text Ashley a few things that I think should be included in the speech?
Sure.
Do you want me to say them out loud, or do you want me to DM them to her?
I'd probably DM it to her because Carolina now has some stuff set up that she worked on last
Dude, I'm
week.
sending it to Steiner right now. I thought I sent it to you before, but I didn't.
Didn't.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. I forgot about it.
So, Daniel, as you hear Ian ranting behind you, Ashley and Mop go off. You hear the truck driving away. You walk over to where a 20-year-old man, slightly wet, black hair, black hoodie, a shirt with a silly pun on it, sitting on the couch, looking a little nervous, with Arya nearby, and Seamus, who's seemingly gone off to look for Freddy.
Well, as I see him, I'm gonna do my glowy eyes, just to sort of get a read on any possible injuries to his body.
You see that there is no physical organs. There's no physical heart. There's no brain, technically. The only thing you're seeing is a soul and the water around it. There's nothing else.
Ah. That makes sense.
Oh, is right.
A very surprised look goes over Daniel's face as he glows a little bit, looking at Jacob. Is anybody else in the room?
Arya?
Is everything okay?
I think
As I look at
And Mop and Ashley, who are
Yeah,
still
Mop
there.
and Ashley, I think, on the other side of the room, right? And then Ian's still there. He's just ranting.
He's being Ian.
This Ian.
care of yourself. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk.
Well, can somebody explain to me how he's back?
Apparent Mop was there, but Mop.
Yeah.
How did Jacob come back again? Like through the water and a water tornado thing?
That
A water tornado thing.
thing.
Is there somebody that's good at explaining anywhere near them?
I mean, if they
Or
don't
is it
speak
just
up,
them?
that's what you get.
Or is it just the two of them? Because Daniel will look for somebody else.
Daniel,
Sorry, Mop shook.
He will
Mop-
look over at Ashley
all
and give a look like, can you
Mop-
elaborate?
went over to the place that he let Boy go before. He passed last. We assume it might be whatever you've been seeing around the city when it comes to souls here, because his soul that was giving Mop his powers went back into the physical form of, him, and now he's back.
Okay. Do you know, well, where did you guys bury his body?
At the beach that
He
they
wasn't
were at.
buried. You wanna? She looks over at him. Say what we did that time, or what Mop did.
Oh, after all that, you weren't there. Fuck.
I was only there for the end bit, but he kept Puddle Boy in his water form and then let him go in the water behind the house.
And that would explain it. See, from what I can read off of Jacob here, is that his body is gone. He has no physical form. It's just his soul and the water that formed around it. He doesn't have organs, doesn't have a heart, no brain.
I didn't sense any of that either. So what's manifesting this? She'll go up to Jacob and put a hand on his shoulder.
my best guess is the same thing that's bringing everybody else back. There's no guarantee that if we ever fix it, that everybody will stay.
Well, when people went back into their bodies in the hospital, we saw the damage that was still there. How come he just has a good look-alike or something?
From what you described, when he died, he turned into physical water. And then over the many, many years, I'd assumed his physical form just kind of turned into water.
So it would have happened if he gone near any water, is what you're saying?
That's what I think.
Okay.
All the souls here need to find a spot for them to rest. So there's also not even a guarantee that souls will go back to its original body. It's just the last place it remembers being.
What?
Freddy walks down the stairs with Seamus slightly in front. Don't worry, I got the doctor. Nurse practitioner. What's going on? Who's this?
This is Jacob. He was one of the people who was with us during the whole Blue Cape incident, and
Much before I was born, got it.
yeah, and he passed away during it, and now he's back.
Daniel would notice that Freddy doesn't have the strip around his eyes and is walking around normally.
My man.
You see he kind of, his eyes spin for a second. They're not constantly spinning anymore. He looks at Jacob. Ah. He comes down and stands next to Daniel. He's alive, right?
Water held together by a soul, but yes, alive for the time being.
That's more than my nurse practitioner. My medical training.
Yeah.
How do you feel, Jacob? Or
God, oh, I almost forgot that I had to play Jacob. Anybody that's still connected to the mental link would hear
that
him
would
think
that would all.
I'm
It
fine.
is gone. I'm sorry.
Oh, well then nobody would hear
He
anything.
kind of looks around at everybody, looks at Arya and stuff like that.
I'm still getting used to the talking thing.
Ah. You see, like, Freddy has to think about it a little bit, but he starts to sign. How are you feeling, Jacob? And he spells out Jacob.
Sorry?
Yeah. We need to. Everybody needs to know at least the basics.
He will sign language.
What is
that? Dude, it's not a Fortnite dance. It's a
He's
sign
going to
language.
water bend the letters into existence.
Oh my god. Okay,
Oh
so
my
he basically
God.
signs back, you're fine. Or he's fine.
Yeah, he'll sign that he feels perfectly fine.
Kind of thinks about it, and then signs back. Is there anything I can get you?
He shakes his head no and says, signs, I'm good, thank you.
He nods, straightens back up. Well, I don't really have a way to tell, but seemed perfectly fine.
This is Daniel.
Yep.
Freddy.
Daniel's the lower, somber voice. Just by a slight.
Yeah, I got it.
I can hear it. I know others can't, but I can hear it.
Woo.
When Jacob gets talking again, I figured out his voice too. So, Freddie, there's a lot happening in the city right now. I don't know if the others filled you in on that.
I've not heard all of it. I've heard a little bit. I heard people are coming back to life and things like that.
Woo.
Yeah,
The dead
people
men are
all around
walking.
the city are coming back to life despite all of the injuries to their body that does not heal.
Well, I should stop sitting around here for once. I'm gonna go. I'll go to a hospital then. Back to work.
You feel comfortable to walk? You fine?
I think so. His eyes quickly do a spin. Try to get the hang of it. Thanks to
That's
Seamus.
good.
Seamus just kind of goes, and Mop doesn't notice because he's busy working with Ashley. But Daniel, you see, he's with a glass of whiskey.
He will, I guess, note that in his brain, and then he'll put a hand on Freddy, his shoulder, and be like, "Oh, the world kind of needs you right now."
All right, then I'm gonna head out. Are you coming with me, or are you staying here?
I have to talk to Thalia.
Of course. I'll be at my usual hospital. He bends down a little bit, kisses you on the forehead.
I forgot he is taller than me.
A few inches.
Much bigger.
Big muscular boy. You see that you see him like go upstairs for a second and then start to jog towards the door. He doesn't realize how fast he is, and he almost smashes in the door. And then he kind of just waves awkwardly and then goes out.
Daniel will smile a little bit at that, and then turn back to Ashley and Jacob and be like, "For now, I just have at least one person watching him. Make sure that his vitals stay steady, whatever vitals he has."
We're all here, and even while me and Mop are working on our things, I know Arya can do a good job.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I gotta help Thalia with something.
Of course, keep us updated, okay?
Will do. Nice meeting you, Jacob. And then Jacob nods.
Dude, meeting your own character, so meta! So meta!
In the meantime, Athena, Jeffrey, and El Phantasma have driven off.
He was like clinging to the side of the freaking car if he's doing that.
No, Jeffrey's just making that noise while he's in the front seat.
It's probably an electric car, and it's probably
he
very
makes a
silent.
He sits
So
on
it
his
could
metal
be-
wall.
Yeah, Jeffrey's not used to the newer sounding cars these days, so he makes the noises himself. Anyway, where are the three of you headed? Just remind me.
We're doing a patrol around the city just to make sure that things are under control, and if there is any trouble, we're here to stop it.
All right, one of you roll a survival, one of you roll a perception, one of you roll investigation.
Oh lord.
Am I good at survival? Is that a thing?
I got a plus
roll
23 in perception.
I'll roll the investigation.
Okay, I'll roll survival. Nice.
Oh no!
Jeffrey's driving
I was
too.
gonna ask you what your perception was.
You're all dead.
Alright, give it a second.
So Athena's looking around, keeping a good eye on things. You see that? There's just chaos right now. People are starting to panic. It's day one of this. El Phantasma is kind of looking into more things a little bit more specifically, searching some things up while they're driving, while Athena's keeping a lookout.
And Jeffrey fucking dies.
Jeffrey is really focused on driving and not crashing into people, that you're really not able to focus on much of a route, and you're more focusing on not running people over, because that happens almost like 3 or 4 times where someone just runs into the street. You see a person coming out of a hospital in like a hospital gown, mostly naked except for the gown, and you have to slam on the brakes and cause everybody to lurch forward, nearly smashing into things into the front of their
let's
seat.
be honest here. Would Jeffrey stop knowing people don't die?
I think so.
While they don't die, he has confirmed that they feel pain, so he is not going to go. I mean, otherwise you would be 100% correct.
Oh God.
They feel pain, so no.
So
Cortez has like a disgusted look, like.
you see
dead
nurses.
people needs to stay dead.
You see a nurse comes back and they kind of wrangle the person back in. You notice that you see like an unusual amount of car accidents as well, and you see that there's just people screaming and shouting. People are stressed and they don't fully know why. The news is already starting to get around. You patrol for a few hours. Oh, yeah, go ahead.
I was about to say, since we didn't go into this with a plan, Jeffrey is going to mention that they could probably start by going to the biggest government building. I don't know what it's called. Is it just the Capitol? We go to the Capitol.
Capitol building, yeah.
Yeah, we can try going to the Capitol building and just like asking the government officials to set up like help stations for people who are confused.
You try to do that, yeah. You go in and you find there's a kind of bored-looking woman at the front desk, who's currently wiping off her glasses and not really looking up. As the three of you.
Hey.
Takes a moment to put on her glasses and says, "Can I help you?"
Yeah, dead people are coming back to life and we need a place to put them.
Really?
Yes.
I'll make sure to get right on that. Goes back to wiping her glasses.
Alright, he's gonna stroll past her.
Hey, where are you going? Hello?
I'm gonna keep going.
You apparently don't care, and Athena's gonna follow Jeffrey.
Phantasma, you hear her mutter under her breath, "Yeah, I really don't." I don't know if Altanza follows, but
could I theoretically throw because I'm assuming there's a monitor somewhere, right? Like in front of her.
There's monitors all over the place.
Demon Tooth played that.
Okay, her specific computer monitor.
Yeah. Nice. Nice.
You summon it back.
Made a statement.
What the hell? As you walk in behind everybody. So Jeffrey's just wandering in down the halls.
Yes, I'm trying to find the office of the big honcho, Mr. Government Man himself.
I'll help find that building.
Yeah.
I mean that room.
Okay.
Guess I'm going the same.
So looking up through there, following Jeffrey. Roll an investigation, Jeffrey, with advantage.
Okie dokie. I'm actually not bad at this one.
Oh, hey.
29. You see, it doesn't take you that long. Phantasma quickly catches up. You see that with that, security is called as you're halfway down the hall, and there's just this... And you hear doors lock and things shut down, and then you see a bunch of people rush out, and then they're like... They kind of stop confused, looking at the three of the people they're told.
Yeah. I think it's just like, hello, you know who we are.
Yeah, I'm gonna flip out our hero licenses as we're continuing to walk.
They kind of don't move, and they're like, "Are you turning yourself in again?" And towards Jeffrey.
Nope, dead people are coming back to life.
They kind of just let you pass. You see a couple people wander behind you, and they're just kind of helping assist, and you see that you find it pretty much on your own, and you're kind of just like, I got it. And you see that one of them kind of scrambles in front, a staff that was already down the hall, and knocks on the state governor, Carrie Montana.
Carrie Montana.
So you see that she's in her office with another person. Those of you that might think they would know their government officials or their state officials, go ahead and roll me a memory or history. The three of you that are there.
Memory.
Apparently I don't.
Jeffrey doesn't really freaking care.
Hi.
Athena has a good idea. So there's a couple things that Athena would know. Cortez would know that the other person in the room with Carrie Montana is Carmichael Woodrow, Chief of Arbel Law Enforcement. Athena,
I would 100% know this person.
Athena knows that too, but Athena also knows that Carrie Montana, while she is currently in the state governor, she was not the state governor before Elias Moreau's stuff went down. She was.
Hey,
she was
are
on
you in charge?
You see
She was what?
She was actually on the court registration. You see, as Jeffrey says that, the woman kind of straightens up, and you see she kind of adjusts the front of her suit a little bit. She's wearing a black suit with just kind of an open vest, very tight skirt around the bottom. She has maybe half white, half Asian. You're not sure. Black hair just tied into a ponytail, and she has what looks to be a bionic eye. And a lot of scarring next to that eye, however.
Who was the other person? I'm sorry, I missed the name.
Carmichael Woodrow. Carmichael Woodrow is a very tall but thin, almost gaunt individual. Very, very dark skin and very short hair. Has this very shrewd kind of twitchiness to him as well. And Carrie just says, I am in charge of the city at the moment. Hailstorm. Athena.
Yeah. Sorry to bust in, but your secretary lady thought we were crazy, and I don't know if you've heard already, but we're already in the works with Miss Thalia Bosick in getting a press conference ready. But people are coming back from the dead due to a demonic reawakening thing, all those bodies.
Not dying.
That too.
She kind of raises a hand in a kind of polite "may I." I have talked with Thalia about the possibilities of it. While it's a lot to swallow, I was interested on talking with you tonight on what the more details would entail. Is there any specific reason why you're coming in here today?
Yes, because right now it's chaos out there, and there are so many bodies on the street you could run them over. So I was thinking that we at least set up some stations somewhere to get people who are confused, at least in a calm state.
Maybe initiate like a stay at home or stay wherever the heck you are.
I was currently actually working with Miss Bosick with that now. You see she turns around her laptop. You see Thalia just glaring at you.
Whoops.
Well, and she turns it back around. We're going to ask people to stay at their homes, yes. We're also going to be sending more of our law enforcement to help at the hospitals to manage where people are going, as well as hiring a bunch of our mental health team to send them out to hospitals as well. Also, something that I was just discussing with Miss Thalia Bosick, that since you're involved, might want to know, that while people are coming back from the dead, all births that have been happening have been stillborn.
I'm sorry.
For
Can you clarify to me?
Stillborn means they are born, but they don't live. They just.
Gotcha.
Stillborn is their birth dead already.
No new souls are coming, and
no souls are leaving or coming.
Already texting everybody in our party.
That's right.
Dude.
Thank you for your concern, Hailstorm, Athena, El Phantasma. I will do my best to be on top of this as best I can. We're also a little bit chaotic here because a bunch of people that think they should be in charge after coming back to life are trying to butt their head in the door while I'm trying to work. So I apologize if things seem a little bit slow on my end, but I'm doing my best, I promise.
You might want to have a talk with that front desk lady.
Yes.
She doesn't seem too adept at her job.
Yes, I'll talk to
But
Karen.
that's besides the point. What are heroes supposed to do right now?
Heroes are supposed to stop the crime right now, more than anything, the hailstorm as per usual. Just because we've had with people not dying per se. People are becoming very
Getting
bold.
braver.
We've had 3 banks robbed and 3 police trucks blown up.
Okay.
And 2 terrorist attacks just today.
Well, thanks for clarifying. And is there a channel where you could inform the other heroes about this stuff? I'm sorry that I have to do this right now, but people are like getting run over as we speak.
As I said, I'm working on it. And she motions to the laptop again.
Cool. Good talk.
Is there a place we could help maybe set up a triage? Maybe in one of the parks?
We're currently setting up in downtown right now, as well as most of this town's squares and circles.
Okay.
So
I'm gonna also text our party more information about like her doing things, and he's gonna start walking the other direction.
Have a good rest of your day. See you tonight.
Thank you for your time. Sorry.
Just walks out.
Did Carmichael say anything during that?
No, he just observed. He was looking at all of your faces in turn. Not even as you were talking, just kind of taking it in very
Well, did
precisely.
I was curious, did he look like he was trying to just get a read on the situation, or did he look like he's trying to take advantage of something, or thinking about it?
Not sure. It could have been all of the above. It could be that he's trying to get some kind of advantage on you. It could just be that he wants to read your personalities. That is, get to see you more up close. But
Jeffrey's a raccoon.
Yep.
Cortez didn't say anything, so
yep. Phantasma was kind of doing the exact same thing that he was doing on the other side, so. You see a couple of police officers just more politely than anything escort you out. Or security, I should say.
Cool.
The scary thing about this is all the villains that may have died coming back to life.
I think the whole population thing is a problem, especially if this is. I don't know how long this is gonna happen, but if it happens more than a week, that's gonna seriously mess with everything that's gonna happen in the future.
Jesus.
And that's what you guys hear outside.
Yeah, as a crazy person goes by you.
So I guess we'll continue doing crime things, I guess.
Okay. So it's not so much that you really have to stop crime, you just have to show up where crime is happening, and they kind of just surrender. Seeing the 3 of you. They don't really see Phantasma most of the time, but if they see Jeffrey or Athena, it's like, nope, sorry, okay, you can arrest me, here you go.
If someone is going to resist, Cortez is throwing the knife down their body. Not killing them, per se, for now.
Just for reference, Colin, at some point, Ian.
You couldn't do it even if you wanted to, Poke.
Gotcha. So.
What do you say, Gus?
He said he's gonna go on patrol as well.
At some point, Ian would have just been like, I got nothing better to do.
Okay, so Ian goes out on patrol, zooming around. Phantasma, I'm gonna say at one point, there's one person that would have been stupid enough or bold enough, whichever you decide, to resist.
Yep.
And a dagger goes right through him. You notice he doesn't come back. He stays dead.
Oh,
Never mind.
Jeffrey's gonna poke the dude's face.
What?
As I said before, the dead should stay dead.
How did you? But
It doesn't
Well, that's
matter.
new.
This is good information that we can share with the rest of the group.
Yeah, but what is this
You
logo?
just killed this guy.
But hold on, that's.
He was
I
robbing.
hate
He
to
was
think
stealing a
about it
car.
like this. Oh God, he killed someone for stealing a car.
And resisting arrest, but still.
True, but still.
Yeah.
But technically this could be an okay thing to know, because if we've got people who should be dead and are in excruciating pain and there's no way we can do anything for them, better to let them suffer, or
He might still be suffering. I don't know. Is he just brain dead?
I searching thought. Is there anything there?
No. Nothing. Not even the
Nothing
faintest
there.
slivers.
What did you
wrong.
hit him with?
I think it was just a blade.
The blade? The shadow blade.
It was just a blade, yeah. Oh, by the way, that would be the first time Jeffrey would see that new power.
Yeah, that he doesn't use an actual
That's why I
blade.
asked.
He just solidified it with shadow. Yeah. That's why he asked, what did you hit him?
What the hell was that?
That is a new power that I acquired from my own dagger.
Okay, well, don't use that anymore, because clearly that it does something bad. Look, the rules may be stupid right now, but at least there are rules. You just broke it.
Jeffrey, just from the angle that you're standing, Athena notices it a few seconds after Jeffrey. But you notice a feet, like someone's legs, hanging maybe 10 feet off the ground. They shouldn't be there, they're just like floating. You see,
Like
Athena, you see where it's
person?
great. It's like down an alleyway a little bit, and just from the direction that Elphantasma standing, he doesn't see it until he notices Jeffrey's gaze, then Athena's gaze, then he kind of turns around and sees it. You can only see like one leg kind of the side, just floating there. You see? It swings a little bit, attached to something higher up.
Oh god. Athena runs over, I guess.
Following behind.
Okay. So,
Shadow Aura.
what you do is you see a man in his maybe 70s or 80s, no shirt on, pants, hanging there from a chain that's attached to the top of the building, seemingly dead. And as you
Jeffrey,
get
can
around
snap
him,
the chain?
you snap the chain, or do you lower him down?
What is he doing?
You just,
Is he
just-
moving?
He's just hanging there, motionless.
Yeah, I'll snap the chain.
Or bring him down to the ground?
See, that lowers him down.
Yeah.
You notice there's something carved on his chest.
What is it?
It says, "The game's not over, Jeffrey."
Yikes. Jeffrey?
Yeah. What is it written out of?
Someone carved it into his chest with something sharp. But not that sharp.
Well, that's disconcerting.
Is he dead?
Very dead.
How long is... Oh, well, we don't know that, I guess.
You can make a medicine or a health check to see how long he's been dead.
I will attempt. They're both the same.
You could say maybe within an hour.
Okay.
I have an idea, and I don't like it.
What do you think?
I explained it in a hurry before, but back when we were in... Purple, can you help me out here? What's it called?
You're back in... Where specifically? You're looking for...
When we were back, like, being chased by that one guy, and we were taking a vacation, but it wasn't really a vacation, and there's, like, that one underwater part, and, like...
Oh, in Karana?
Caboodle's been saying Karana for a while now, but I just wanted to confirm with you.
That is... Caboodle's got it. Caboodle knows their facts. Caboodle's got a good
Okay.
memory/history check in the D&D world.
So, he'll say, back in Karana, we discovered from Eleanor, which was a person who Arya met a long time ago, that there were these people called the Archangels who were after me because of what I did in the core incident. And with all that's going on right now, I would bet that maybe they're upset. I don't know.
Wait, do you know specifically who from the core incident?
Apparently they were the last 7 survivors.
Do either of you know who that is?
Unfortunately, I was dead when it happened.
Wasn't sure if you researched it or something.
I tried. There wasn't much information to go off.
Do either of the three of you look over the body closely? Or do you
Yes.
just kind of... Then I would like you to roll an investigation. If anybody's
Okay.
helping, roll an advantage.
Oh, never mind.
34. As you kind of look it over, you notice you kind of search over the body, kind of see that whatever this was probably like some rusty knife or a piece of metal or something. And you notice that the bruise marks and cuts around its neck are probably him jumping off out of a window with the chain around its neck.
Or getting pushed.
Maybe. You also notice that the biggest thing is you pull back the eyelids that were closed, and you see that there's kind of a magenta purple film around them. And Athena kind of recoils
Guys?
a little bit as you all see that.
What?
That.
He'll take a peek and like kind of just furrow his eyebrows. This is making less and less sense to me. I guess he'll take a picture and text it to everyone in this imaginary group chat I just created.
Group
I
chat part
assume,
2.
I assume we'd have one. What did it say on his chest again?
The game's not over, Jeffrey. What's up, Poke?
So you said that it this chain was hanging from a building, not from like the top, but from a window.
Probably. Or maybe like on the fire escape in the back here somewhere.
Okay. So we can tell like which window this person would
Yeah.
have jumped out of from.
Yep.
Right.
Let's go up.
Let's go investigate the place inside.
Okay. So, while you're investigating, or you're beginning, roll me investigation check El Phantasma with advantage.
Bloop.
You see, as you're going in, I'll get back to that in a second. Ian, you have gone out and you're starting to see this chaos zooming around, fighting crime, things like that. You notice that you see a couple things, a couple accidents where people die and come back to life. And you notice that there's a person that seems super bold that is robbing, is harming someone, threatening to shoot someone with a gun, that a cop goes and fires and shoots him dead. And that person doesn't come back. So not everyone is coming back. So Ian, as you're...
And you would get the text from Jeffrey explaining that they also found somebody that didn't come back to life after and has been killed.
2 people.
Yep.
Ian will shoot back. I just had a case here.
So, in the meantime, Ian, you're wandering around, zooming more and more. And you swear for a second, as you're running by, you kind of turn, and you see Clarity almost in slow motion, looking at you. And you go by...
I will immediately zoom back that direction.
As soon as you zoom back, she's gone.
You know, a while ago, she gave me a white gem that if I ever needed to contact her with, I could.
Mhm.
Ian gonna pull that out. He's told to just talk into it. And he's gonna go, were you just spying on me?
You see where you're standing, coming out of a door, a building. She just says, "No, I wasn't." She walks down the steps next to you with her 2 familiar bodyguards.
So is this a listening device?
No, it's not.
Hmm.
Remember, I don't need a device to listen to you, Ian.
That's true, that's true.
Can I help you with something, Ian?
Well, I mean, I just got curious. Yeah, I saw you out of the corner of my eye.
Indeed.
So, you know, figured I'd ask.
I figured you'd ask. What?
If you were spying on me.
Anyway, the campaign is going quite well. But there's something I would love for you to do for me.
What is that thing?
Would you, over the course of a couple days, make a couple posts on your social media, help me out, and I'm scheduling a press conference, but that's just the two of us. They'll be asking why you endorse what I'm doing. And after our conversation, do we need to have another before this continues?
That might be in order.
Then shall we go now? Or is another
Sure.
time more important?
No time like the present.
She nods and kind of raises her hand, and you see the taller man opens the door, and then the woman kind of helps her up the stairs. And the guy waits at the door for you to come in, staring you down.
You know, you'd almost be intimidating if I wasn't so egotistical.
You see, he kind of keeps his eye on you, but you can see that his jaw is grinding in a way that's like him thinking about it. He just kind of waves a hand, saying, "Go ahead."
Thank you.
He follows you. We'll get back to that in a moment. So in the meantime, Ashley, Mop, with Arya close by, with Freddy, and Seamus also is close by as well. Mop, roll me perception first, before anything.
I thought Freddy left.
Okay.
Freddy left, yeah, Freddy left. Sorry, my bad. Thank you.
Perception is my best stat. I rolled that to the world.
Yeah, it's a 17, I see it.
Oh shit, all my stuff is on stealth.
Whoops.
Okay. You see that you notice Seamus with a glass of whiskey. He very quickly notices you notice and just quickly hands it to Arya. There you go. And he walks away to the kitchen suddenly. Now you're just with a glass of whiskey. You're just like, eh.
Thanks. I don't drink, but thank you.
Don't mention it. He just kind of walks away.
I'll save it for Jeffrey.
He's gonna say out loud,
"As long as it's not a problem, I'm fine with you drinking."
Oh, it's never a problem. Don't worry. Alright, so, Ashley and Mop, you've generally come to everything that you wanted to say in the speech for the most part.
No.
Generally, like, got the basic draft of everything that you wanted to say.
Draft 1 out of 5.
Want to see this? Absolutely not. Absolutely
All right,
not.
well,
We have
then
a couple more things we need to go over here.
Well, okay, you got part of it.
But I
then.
do want to say something in our RP though.
Gotcha.
After writing what I've written so far and deliberating things here, she will kind of pause at this exact moment that I actually am at right now, and then look up at everyone in the room, including Puddle Boy and Arya, everyone, literally everyone that's there. When we say we're going to tell them everything, do we mean everything? Sure, we can tell them that hell doors are opening and stuff like that, but we have no credibility if we don't tell them what we've been through. And sure, we could risk it in that way too, but should we just say it? Tell them that these things exist?
This could be more of a group decision unless you really want I personally think you're right, we won't have any credibility if we're gonna say this outright if we don't have literal proof.
It's less of the proof and more of the story. We can stand up there and say, the doors of hell are opening, prepare yourselves, sure, but that's gonna mean nothing if we just do that. But if we go up there and tell them, we've been through hell, this is why we are here, even though we used to live many years ago, and tell them the things that we've been through, we'll have probably a better chance of saying, hey, sorry, Kier's great.
Yo, if you guys really want to, if Sadie wants to, that'll be more credibility too.
Wait, what about
we
me?
can talk about
Sadie talking to other people than
just
us?
to show people that along with our hell experience, this is reality, and it's of course up to Sadie because, you know.
Are you sure we can't get like someone else?
No, you're the.
I don't.
Cause I'm not really like
good at talking.
I wasn't gonna say that, but yeah.
It's okay. You have to read something. I'm writing it all down.
What about Leo? Seems kind of like a dickhead though, but he looks more like a demon.
He seems like he's a bit scared to even let anyone know that you guys are here. Even though people kind of already get the idea, it would be best coming from you to show that not all demons are bad. There'd be no way that me and you could do what we've done for the city these past years with us being bad.
You sure you don't got like any demons like around, like just hanging out somewhere?
Something that we could do is we could video.
No. Who said that? Bird in the fucking room? I'm gonna kill you.
Go ahead, Kaboom.
Sorry, that's my thing.
The pigeon in your the dove in your chest.
Hey, bird, leave! I'm not a bird.
Alright, go ahead, Kaboom. Go ahead.
Something we could do, because I'm going with Kira on this, we could show people Lyle, but we don't bring him, we videotape it. Videotape that Lyle's there, so that'll be concrete proof that we have it. We'll film it in a place that no one knows about, so they don't know that he's in the cabin, so no one can take
You're right. Ian's been wanting to talk to him again anyways, so it might not be that bad of an idea to record the next conversation we have with him, just to show that there's a sentient thing that has information that's crucial to... Regardless, you're probably on the right path. We'll have to discuss that one with the group for sure.
Yeah.
But I just want to know... Well, I was laying out something that would be for a bigger moment if we had the time for it. But if tonight is the night that we're saying everything, then everything should be said. And I had a thing just to kind of say what we've been through. And I guess starting off our story with the idea of people can be bad no matter what inherently they are, just so that people can keep that as the lingering theme and not equate demons to being evil. It's not demons that are evil, it's a person's personality at the end of the day.
Mention then this. Show Lyle. Mention Sadie though. She doesn't have to
Sadie.
talk.
No.
I have designated spots here for Mop to say things too. Would you at least want one thing to help me out here?
She doesn't have to say anything as long as she shows herself or just says hi or, you know, screw you. You know, like Sadie things, like
I swear I'm not
show
kidding.
that you're... They'll censor it, but I mean, you could.
Can I?
We're trying to show demons in a good light, Sadie. Not a bad
Can I
light.
give my lines to Sadie? I think Sadie will do better than me.
No.
Mop.
No.
You're not getting out of this one easy either.
What you could do is that you could, like, Sadie could show herself, but I mean, proof enough you're a pro hero and you have a demon inside you, and you guys are still doing good. While Morose was a
Sadie,
bad example, you'll
my
be the good
powers are from
example.
you. Technically, you're the pro hero. I just happen to be taking us to the places we need to be. Or you need to be.
I'll
It's
think
not my
about
power,
it.
it's yours.
I'll think about it. Okay.
Okay. I'll keep writing here, but I think if we go on this path, we'll have the most success making sure that this city needs to know that they need to be together to work through what we're going to be thrown at. Or what's going to be thrown at us. At the end of the day, we need the city to unite. And if we're truthful with them, I think we're going to get the best results. Also, really standing up there and saying, hey, the hell's fucking doors are coming open doesn't mean anything to people who don't understand what we've been through.
So Arya.
What? Yes? Oh, who's calling me?
The general's calling you.
Oh, okay, I'll pick up. Hello?
Hey, Arya.
Yeah?
Are you busy?
Yes and no, why?
So I might want to tell you this important person. But I got some...
Okay.
I don't actually know how you're gonna feel about this news. So, if you could just... Or I could come there. Or you could meet me somewhere.
We can meet up if you want.
And, meet me at the Fallistown Hospital.
Okay. Yeah, I'll be there. Are you okay?
I'm fine. Just,
Okay.
I've been out and about.
Alright, as long as you're safe. You know, the city's kind of wacky right now.
Yeah, I've been hit by 3 trucks.
Oh.
The trucks didn't turn out too good.
Oh, yeah, I figured. Okay, I'll see you later. In a couple minutes, maybe.
Alright.
A little more.
Yeah.
Right, bye.
Bye.
I'm gonna hang up. And I'm gonna look to Steinar. Steinar,
Yes.
can you watch over Jacob for a second? I gotta meet the general somewhere.
Yeah.
What's happening with the general?
He wants to tell me something, but he wants to tell me in person. So I'm gonna go meet him.
Okay, be careful out there, Arya.
Of course, if anything happens, I'll contact any of you guys, to be honest. I mean, Jeffrey's already in the city. I could just, like, drag him.
Every time I fucking hear it. Every time I
We'll
hear it.
contact you.
We'll contact you.
Actually, we'll contact you. I'm joking.
Anyway.
I'll slowly lead Jacob to where Steinar and Ashley are,
I
and then
think
I
they're
am
in
going
the main living room area, correct? With you, and they're just like on the other side of the room, so
Yeah.
you have your space. Okay.
Yeah. So I'm just gonna lead him to nearby since they're
You just go from one couch to the other couch.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
As Ari's
And then I'll.
well, as you're leaving, I'm not. It's more of like speaking to Jacob or Puddle Boy.
Oh.
So, sorry, about all those times that you've seen me with Seamus.
Dude fell over trying to come back to the fight.
Mom, is now really the time? As she's holding in the laugh too.
It's popped up in my head, and I feel really bad now that he's.
You know, I
has
don't
no body.
apologize to Sadie every
You
other
know-
week about it either, but
That's okay, I'm good with it.
Yeah, it's consensual with the Sadie though.
Imagine a straight man seeing. Okay, it's complicated. Okay.
What does straight mean?
It means
like a straight line?
it's. Don't worry about it, Sadie. It doesn't matter.
Okay.
So in the
Hey, you
meantime,
know,
as
when I was walking out, I
Yeah.
heard that. I slammed the door. I was like, no, I'm not a part of it. I
So-
was like, no, 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 no.
last thing, and then we'll head to our break. Daniel, you make it over to see Thalia, also seeing the chaos of the city as well. You make it up to Thalia's office. Enter.
Before I even knocked.
Yep.
It's good.
I heard your footsteps.
Good. I will do so and enter.
You enter inside. Daniel,
He nods.
you see she closes her laptop. Can I help you?
You asked me to see you.
Just seems like you're about to say something. Alright, so currently right now we have a lot of people coming back, and I've contacted Lifecoil. He's recovered enough to work again. But if you could go to the downtown R-Town circle for a while, you won't have to be running around the city as much to heal people. It's because we're finding out that these people, if they're not treated and they're in too much pain when they come back to life, they just die again.
Well, from what I believe to be happening, I don't have any physical proof of this yet, but they're not necessarily dying again. Their souls are just leaving their body, which means they're just wandering spirits.
Great. Hopefully we don't have to worry about that. So, we have a bunch of different kiosks. Well, not kiosks, the wrong word. We have a bunch of different field hospitals set up in the various parks, circles, and things like that. I'd love you to set up at the biggest one in our town circle, our town square. There's a lot of people, but I'd just like you to look over them and heal them. We have people coming from various hospitals, from morgues, from firemen homes. But ask. We have people coming from graveyards, as I mentioned. However, I found out about this recently from state governor that there has been no new births. All children have been born stillborn.
His face will drop.
I know. I know. He looks really tired, more than anything you're noticing. If you could just go and heal as many people as possible, that'd mean the world to me right now.
I will. And he will turn around, and as he's walking out, he'll turn around and be like, just don't overwork yourself. And then he'll walk out.
It's already many years too late for that, Daniel. So, you walk out and head to the circle or the square. That is where we'll take our 10-minute break. We continue off. Daniel had just talked with Thalia briefly and was asked to go to our town square. For you guys as players, is right there. I'm going to bring it up on the game window right now as well. There, Daniel was asked to go there, and as you get there, you see a field hospital with tons and tons of people set up. You've kind of, you didn't have to go too far, but you noticed that there's a lot of people with equipment and things like that moving around for these types of things. And you also notice that there seems to be people are trying to get home or go home at this point, and a lot of you that are out in the city are seeing that. And you also saw on your phones and mobile devices and things like that a stay-at-home order. Go home immediately, essentially.
I'm not sure, bro.
So, that being said, we cut back to Jeffrey, Athena, and El Phantasma. As you're driving
27.
around, seeing these things, what are you all doing?
Okay. Oh,
you had us roll investigation.
Well, that's right. That's right. Remind me what specifically you were investigating, just so I have everything in order.
We went into the house where the chain was coming from.
That's
or
right.
the room or whatever. Yep.
So essentially, you get up there. El Phantasma is able to very easily just kind of shadow or ghost walk or ghost stride up there, and you see that the edge of the chain where it was broken is kind of around the one apartment. You see the door was left slightly ajar. You go inside.
Yeah.
Yep.
By ajar, you mean like it was like forced open or something, or
No,
Whoever's going in first, I put a precog.
It was just left open. El Phantasma went up a good few feet. So how are the rest of you? How is Athena and Jeffrey getting up there?
I'm just gonna magnetize my armor.
Oh, okay. I grab onto Jeffrey.
You're able to get up there behind them. Your precog goes on El Phantasma as he pushes his way in. It's dark. There's one light on in the kitchen, left on.
Aha!
El Phantasma, Athena, and Jeffrey. As you're all walking inside, Athena and El Phantasma, with Jeffrey shortly followed, you smell gas coming from the stove. I need all of you, 3 of you, to make a toughness save.
Okay. Not my best roll.
Not your best roll.
I beat Jeffrey? What?
You rolled a 19, he rolled a 9. But there's this as you're blown out the back the way you just came. So all 3 of you saved. All 3 of you saved.
Oh, that's good.
And you take 30 points of damage. And then all 3 of you to make acrobatics checks.
I don't want to.
Can I just thunk?
That's easy.
You can make a toughness instead.
Okay.
El Phantasma, you roll and take no additional damage as you're falling back out of the building. Jeffrey, you make a crater where you land. In your metal.
Nice.
Can I panic and use an ability?
Possibly.
I want to use this.
Okay.
And I literally just want to say, I don't want to die. Please let me fly and move person myself.
Okay. You see that it doesn't quite happen the way you expected. You see that for a few seconds, as you're shouting that as you fall out, just in panic, these shadowy black wings spurt from your shoulders. When you float there for a second before you slowly glide down, and then they furl back into the book. That costs 5 energy, by the way.
Okay.
What the hell was that?
Not what I was expecting.
It comes from the book that Athena took from the underground facility.
And you see that there's a fire on that that apartment that you just came out of.
Oh.
I want to do something.
Yes. Go ahead.
I like to summon the Phantom Link in there and have the Phantom Link walk around inside because I have Phantom Sight.
Okay.
And while that's happening, I'm gonna go into Metal Form Harden, and I'm gonna go inside and look survivors.
Okay. You go up inside, and Jeffrey, for you, there's really no one in that apartment while you're looking around. And you quickly notice that this explosion is spreading to other apartments very quickly, and you kind of help those people get out. There's a few people nearby.
Well, yeah, while they're doing that, obviously, I call for help.
Okay, you call the fire department, and El Phantasma, roll an investigation at disadvantage just because there's already a lot of fire and smoke.
Mm-hmm. Pretty
14.
good.
So, looking around, it's hard to find a number of things, but you think what El Phantasma was able to grab is a wallet. So you could ID the person, or possibly the person that lives here. And that's all he's able to get.
I'd probably imagine that Cortez just does a double swap, swaps with the Phantom Link.
Gotcha. Easy to be able to do. You hear Jeffrey storming around up there before he eventually comes back down. At this point, the fire department has come up, and they're spray get down, one of the people come over to Athena and just say, "What happened?"
There was a gas explosion. We got up there in time to smell gas, and then there was an explosion.
That was pretty unfortunately, I guess fortunately timed. Are you alright?
Yeah, we're fine. I don't really. Oh, shit.
One of them.
Cortez hands the wallet to Athena.
You see one of them kind of look past you guys to see the body of the older man laying on the ground still.
We're gonna take care of that, but for now, it looks like someone got brave and decided to kill someone else, and they were trying to cover it up.
All right. We'll trust you take care of it. The fire's almost out. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
So now you have the
Then it's
wallet.
going to roll the guy over
Okay.
before anyone can read the message carved into him.
Okay. You managed to do so?
Okay. And I look into this wallet, I guess.
Okay. So opening up the wallet, you see it belongs to Carter Andrews. Does it ring any bells? He's apparently 78 years old. Apparently he has a hero license as well, but it says a retired, it's very old and no longer an active hero, but apparently at some point he did have a hero license of some sort.
Okay.
Don't know specifically who. Find $6 in the wallet.
Yay.
And you find the driver's license where most of the identification is. You see a couple credit cards, a couple gift cards. That's it.
I'm gonna text this information to Thalia and the fact that he was killed. I will not relay the message that was carved into him, but I'll relay everything.
Oh boy.
Oh, Kier.
Oh, you good, Kier?
I think he's on it. So, as you're searching those things up, I'm assuming you would have moved away a little bit, get back to the truck kind of thing?
Yeah, kept the body, put the body in the back of the truck.
Gotcha. So, that being said, you send that information to Thalia and just say, she's like, I'm assuming he didn't come back to life, is kind of the text?
No, he didn't.
It seems to be happening about 50% of them.
This might be something we should discuss in person. Wait, she was there when Jeffrey went over the whole Angels thing, right?
I believe so, yes.
So she already knows people are trying to comfort him.
Yeah.
Okay, then Athena would not. She would also tell her about the message carved in his chest.
If they wanted to kill us, that wasn't the way to do it.
Yeah.
No. If they wanted to kill you, they would have done something much more direct. They know Jeffrey isn't going to die to a gas explosion.
Then why was it set up in the first place?
They were trying to cover their tracks. That wasn't a...
The only thing I can see on Carter Andrews, hear like some clicking of a keyboard, is... Well, he was in the initial Hero warehouses that is now the Hero compound when you first, directly after the museum incident.
We met him before?
I don't think directly, but I think he was there. That's the only thing I can think of that has any correlation to the two of you. I believe he was around 15 or so at the time.
Huh.
He did a little bit of minor hero work, nothing fancy. He has the ability to just to minus super strength and super speed.
Okay.
Was he around when Thea showed up?
He would have been, yes, because he was around. He's a little bit younger than all of you at that time, yes. That's why he's 78 now.
Okay, so that one body that we found hanging from that rope, it had magenta eyes.
I would assume that would mean Thea is involved in some way then. This isn't Archangels. Magenta has kind of been her calling card, yes?
Yeah.
Well, and it's odd because I don't remember it affecting dead people. And he's one of the few exceptions that we found that could die, if that. We're still piecing that together.
Well, it seems based on the explosion not meant to actually kill you. The game.
Well, whatever it is, we can't focus on it right now. We'll put a pin in it.
If I have any extra time, I'll look at it, see if any of the other people that were at that warehouse are still alive today. If they are, they'll be very old. Well, not very old is a relative term to me, but you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Well, thanks. And we'll keep you updated if we find anything else.
Of course.
Jeffrey would go back out.
He hangs up.
And yeah, he'd go back out to the car.
Okay.
I'd like to try something before we head out.
Okay.
Because this was something I was semi-able to do before. So we're roll inspired action.
Okay.
So the dead man that we have on the back of Jeffrey's truck.
Mm-hmm.
I want to see if I can extract the guy's shadow and try to see if it holds any memories.
Roll me a demonic. So 20. You see Elphantasma quickly just hops out of the car into the back, puts his hand on it, and you see that there's this dark line that's coming off the darker shadows of the body. And you see that quickly a vision of a rusted stake, metal stake, of the man carving it into his own chest in the mirror, blankly, with whited over eyes with a slight magenta tint. And then wrapping the chain around his own neck before jumping off, and then where it ends.
So he carved himself.
He carved it in his own chest, jumped off the roof himself.
All right.
Athena, Jeffrey.
Yeah.
There wasn't a this person, there was
words, my bad.
Nobody killed this person. This was suicide.
Well, I thought that was implied because of, the hanging, but it's glad that you confirmed that.
Yes, pero there was no one else involved. He did this to himself. The carving as well.
But what about the magenta? Was they involved?
The magenta was there the whole time that he was doing it.
Again, we don't have enough right now to figure it out. I mean, clearly this has something to do with her, but we got bigger fish to fry.
She might be throwing a temper tantrum. Athena's gonna climb back in the cart.
Alrighty. And you head off yet again. In the meantime, Arya, you have made it over to the general.
Yes.
In Flawless Town. You see that he's at a big field hospital in the middle of the circle, and you see there's a bunch of different tents and medical officers set up. You also notice Life Coil is standing, literally sprinting about, doing his best to heal people, but you see that he's
his right ankle is in a walking boot. And it does not look comfortable him sprinting around. So,
How much does he weigh? Just out of curiosity. How does he look heavy enough to where if I lifted him, it would be slower than him walking?
well, the thing is, it seems like he's just going back and forth to all the people that he's healing. So either you'd have to carry him for probably many hours, or you'd have to do that after talking with the general.
Yeah, I'm gonna do it after, but...
Okay.
Cut.
But it seems like maybe you could lift him. Maybe not going full speed yourself, but he doesn't look too bulky.
Okay, I'll keep that in mind for later. I go to the general.
So,
hello.
You see, you go over and he says, looks kind of solemnly,
Arya, thank you for coming.
You see, he kind of leaves you over to where two people are kind of hooked up to, like, they're kind of sets of twos. You see that they're hooked up to, like, IVs and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
And you see that they're kind of covered by curtains and things like that to give each other privacy. And you see a very scarred and disfigured looking person, but you can tell just enough that it's Arya's father.
Okay, figured that one. So I'm gonna guess by process of elimination the person next to him.
No, General doesn't lead you over to that person, just one person.
Oh,
just
one
father.
person. Okay.
You see that he's unconscious. There's just the steady beep, beep, beep.
Yeah. We dug him up about an hour ago.
What about the one next to him?
He looks at it like a tag. You see, notice that one's not beeping.
Some other woman. Not related to you like he is. She's gone. We dug her up and then she just gave up.
Can I see her?
Pulls it down. You don't recognize her.
It's not the girl that was with the girl that they fostered. There we go.
Mm.
No.
No. It's only your father and doesn't seem like anybody else.
Well, this is...
Yeah, I didn't know how you'd feel about this. I didn't know if you had any real relationship with your parents.
I hated my mom, but he was more indifferent because he didn't really do anything. But didn't help either.
That's just as bad. Complacency.
What can you do?
Life Coils looked at him. Helped him out as much as he can, but mostly stabilizing him until Daniel can get to them.
How did he die, if you don't mind me asking? Do you have that, or...
You see he kind of goes over to like a tablet and he's like fumbles looking through it.
It says he died about 20 years ago. Lung cancer. Nothing, just pretty old though. I think it says he was 60 or so.
How old does he look like as a person?
But it's hard to tell because the embalming and stuff like that. But maybe around that age, yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Also, Dahlia told me to ask you if you'd be willing to help heal some of the rest of these people here yourself.
Of course.
At least calm them.
Afterwards. Yeah. Afterwards, when I'm done with that, I need to go somewhere else if that's okay with you guys.
Of course, if you need to go, you can, but...
No, it's not. Oh. Fallis Town to Yasucha is pretty far though.
Mm-hmm.
I'll help them out first, and then I'll go to where I need to go. It's not really urgent.
Thank you.
Sorry, does a pass kind of around the whole camp. More and more
Mhm.
people are coming in, but then as evening comes, it starts to die down.
Okay, yeah.
And then you start to
I'm
head over to where are you heading next?
the youth teacher cemetery.
Okay. You head that way. It will take you a little while, but you'll get there, and we'll come back to that in a moment.
Coolio bean.
Going back to Ian. You see now that you're inside a small, just hotel sorts. You see that you're led up to a room, kind of a small suite. You see that there is. Let me make sure my notes are correct on this one. I actually want to be accurate, so give me just a moment. Notes. Oh, yeah, it's not actually there. Hold on. It here. I have a lot of notes. They're organized. I just have a lot of notes. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So you see there are 4 other individuals equally as built and as fast looking, like just very quick, sharp senses, looking around, very muscular, very intimidating, or at least attempting to be. All standing around, or not standing around. They're busy.
Yeah. But yeah, Ian doesn't intimidate easy.
No, I know. And you see Clara goes and sits at one of the kind of dining room tables in this large suite. You see that they got papers out and different computers and things like that. It seems like they're planning and working on things for the campaign more than anything. But none of them really look to be the office type or staff for this type of thing. It just seems like they're doing it very avidly. They all kind of stop, though, and look at Ian as he approaches.
What is this place?
A hotel. Please, Ian, if you'd sit with me. You see one of them pulls out a chair for you.
Thank you.
And very politely pushes you back in. So, Ian, you expressed concerns of my plans and my reasonings for doing what I'm doing. Have you had time to think about them? I know everything's gone crazy.
Honestly, not too much thought. Things kind of got in the way.
See. Are your friends alright for right now?
Yeah. We're not in the best spot, but you know, been in worse.
Of course. All of them, correct?
Ian's gonna kind of squint, and he's gonna be like, "Why do I feel like you know something I don't?" Well, I mean, I always feel like that, but in this case, I feel like there's something I should know that I don't.
It's not something you don't know. It's something that I am unsure of myself.
Care to share?
I sense that another person that your party holds fairly dear to them, is around again. Yes?
Yeah, that's correct. Old friend.
I see. And he's doing alright from what I can sense.
Last time I saw him, yeah.
Wonderful.
A little shaken up about everything.
So, shall we begin where we left off, or is there something that you wanted to say?
He thinks for a little bit, and he just goes, "Nah, I think continuing where we left off is the best course of action."
So,
You then see why I'm trying to become Chief of State right now, and why I'm trying to get Javier out.
I do see. Man's corrupt.
He is corrupt, yes, as well as many others, but fortunately, many of them are currently dead that were in corrupt positions of power.
Currently.
Yes, currently.
How did they die, if you don't mind me asking?
I believe the lot of them had Elias Moreau's tech inside of them. Their own force was their downfall.
Can I roll an insight?
You can. What are you rolling insight on specifically?
The Elias Moreau's tech deaths.
Okay. Seems to be fairly believable. Ian
Okay.
could also probably search these things up later if he wanted to as well to confirm.
Just, wanted to get a read on her.
Mm-hmm. So, Ian, I'd like you to introduce you formally to a number of people. But, knowing how perceptive you can be, and how surprising you can sometimes be, have you made any assumptions on who these 6 are?
I have my guesses, but I'll hold my tongue.
No, please. I insist.
I'd really rather you say, because there's a few that I don't want them to be.
He just looks at you, waiting, with a slight smile. Don't be afraid, Ian. It might not seem like it, but we're all working towards the same goal at the end of the day.
Yeah, it's not about the goal, it's how we get there.
Of course, it's about the means. But I have seen different means of how one would go about this. If we don't go about it this way, it'll be very bad.
I do have a question for you.
Of course, Ian.
Why is it so bad if heroes go back underground?
Because you see what's happening now around you, don't it?
Yeah.
People coming back to life, complete chaos. Life not continuing. People dying. People leaving their bodies behind because it's too painful for them to be there. And that's just the beginning, Ian. I don't know what, but something is going to come through those doors. And this will happen every 100 years from now on. Ian, if we're not prepared as a society, if we're not prepared as powerful, trained heroes, who will be around to stop it? That even if you don't die, what about your friends? Will someone always be there to take on the mop? Will someone be there to fill Jeffrey's shoes? Athena or Phantasma? Daniel or Ashley? And heaven forbid something would be to happen to you. What then, Ian? Who will be ready? Your son? Your daughter? Whoever they might be?
In true movie fashion, when darkness rises, it all bounces out somewhere.
Yeah.
Maybe there isn't anyone to fill Daniel's shoes or Mop's or anyone's shoes that I hold dearly to me. And maybe there's no one to fill my shoes. But who's to say there's not a different pair of shoes out there?
I agree with you, Ian, that when great injustice or great evil, someone will be eventually there to rise up. But what if someone is not prepared? Or if someone was prepared, could more lives be spared?
More lives would be spared if we stopped this 100-year cycle.
You're right. But unfortunately, with all my perceptive nature, I have not yet seen a way for that to happen. Because it's beyond forces of our control.
What do you mean by beyond forces of our control?
Well, the doors are opening, and where do they come from, Ian?
Well, they're the doors of death, so hell.
And who can you contact via the ring on Ashley's finger? And who are they?
Celestials?
The war wouldn't have happened if things on either side were balanced. But when someone tips the scales, the balance falls out of line. And we can only do our best to deal with what falls off.
Well, why don't we just shift the balance to create more balance? You know, you said it's out of balance now. So what if we put something back on the scale and, you know,
and what do you
balance it out?
propose? What do you propose that would be, Ian?
I don't know. I would need some time to think on it, but that seems like the best course of action the way you've described it.
I would agree.
There's Celestial Protector.
And doesn't that just simply add more weight on the wrong side?
So we either just say fuck off to the Celestial Protector, or we just give Hell a protector for Earth.
And are you in the ability to tell the Protector, the Guardian of Earth, just go away?
I mean, I'd have no problems doing it. Doesn't mean they're gonna listen.
Exactly, Ian. Those people that are beyond our realm, they don't listen to people like us. They never will. Do you suggest we march to the gates of heaven, or break down the doors of hell and fight everyone inside? I feel like that's not viable. But you, as being one that has gone through hell, what do you say? Do you see a way that the scales could be shifted?
Well, the problem with that is the Celestials are a bunch of stuck-up bitches. And the management downstairs are not the most flexible. So when you have two sides that aren't willing to give up any ground, you get the situation we're in right now.
So, with their conflict, there will be no peace on Earth. I personally believe, even if they withdrawn from from our worlds, I still think there would be no peace.
There'll never be true peace.
So, Ian, let me put this at a deal with you. If there should be no true peace, what is wrong about the way I want to do things?
It's not the way you want to do things, it's how you're doing them.
I see you are in disagreement. You see a couple of them kind of twitch and move towards you, and she just holds up a hand. No. Not yet. Ian. Could I perhaps make an arrangement or a deal with you? Something that could complete my goals, but still keep your ideals intact. No pressure, of course. I do not want to make you my enemy, nor any of your friends.
Same here.
What I propose is that unless we, as in I would help you, we can make the balance intact again, the peace restored between all realms. We will go forth with my plan until that can happen. You help me, so I can put my people and my ideals in a place of power. And as soon as we can get your ideals and your long-term goals in a place of justice. I will step down. I will do whatever it is necessary, whatever is right. Truly, then. Would you agree to this? If you understand, I would understand if you need time to think.
You see, Ian takes a good moment to think on this.
All eyes are on Ian in the room. The tension is palpable.
For Ian will say, and if I were to disagree with this, what would you do next?
I'd be upset, but not at you. I would want my ideas to come forth. And I would be, even if I could not have you as a direct ally, you would hopefully not try to actively stop me. I would find someone else I could trust as best as I could.
I like that answer. I'll agree to your deal.
She kind of smiles. Always so hard to predict, Ian. It's almost enjoyable, this game we have. You see she stands up, extends a hand towards you to shake.
He'll take that hand.
You see you shake it. Thank you, Ian. To start, if you could make some posts on social media endorsing my campaign, and I will contact you very shortly about a conferences that I'll be having soon.
Alright.
Enjoy your conference tonight with the governor, the current governor.
I will.
I foresee it going well. Just be honest with them, if you can. Thank you, Ian.
I'll try my best. Thank you. And with that, Ian will start drafting his post.
You see that, he says, Manuel, please show Ian out.
Wait. You never introduced everyone.
Well, you've met Manuel. You've met Day a number of times. You met Laurent. The Day being the fairly tall, buff-looking woman. And then Laurent being the bald, very large individual. Manuel being a person of Trinity descent, for the most part. And very kind of twitchy ears that have a slight point to them. This is Giovanni. And you see a kind of shorter, thinner looking individual. Kind of leaning up against a corner. Looking at a couple pieces of paper on a table next to him. Kind of nods to you. And that's Harmon. And you see Harmon being this red-haired individual.
I thought you said Armand. I was like, what?
Harmon. You see that he's sitting down at a laptop. Fairly slender, but still all of them very muscular. And this is Sola. You see that he has darker skin, but a radiant smile that kind of pokes through briefly. Dreads kind of going down short, kind of not too long, down a little bit below her back. Or a little bit below her shoulders, I should say. There, you've met everyone. Manuel. And Manuel kind of makes a motion with his hand towards the door for you.
As he's leaving, he's like, Let's never get in a fight. He's just kind of gesturing to everyone.
They just kind of stare at you, all eyes trailing with you as you leave.
Before he leaves, he's like, do you guys do anything but stare? Kind of unnerving, just a little bit, not gonna lie. Anyway, I'll see you later.
You head back outside. Where do you go?
Back on patrols for a bit longer, and then I'll probably head back.
Gotcha. So you've noticed as you come back out, the city is calmed down a bit, and people are kind of back in their houses. You saw on your phone the stay-at-home order.
Mm-hmm.
So you assume that's why everything is calmed down. The city is fairly dead, which it hasn't really been since things have been mostly repaired at this point, or at least a good portions of the city have been. So, as you go back on patrol, the Ashley and Mop kind of coming back to you briefly. Back in there, Puddle Boy still sitting nearby. Is there anything that you want to discuss?
I don't understand what this word means.
Okay, this one right over here. Wait, I'll write it on the side so at least you know how to say it.
Okay.
I can use a different word here too. Wait, let me see if I can. Okay. How would you say this part? You can't say either, by the way. We want people to know that we're confident in this decision, Mop.
I never took public speech classes.
Dude, I didn't even graduate high school. You're fine.
I never finished any school, I don't remember.
He remembers finishing middle school, that's it.
None at all?
Well, my father died and I couldn't really do much about it. It's complicated.
That's fair. Yeah, sorry. It's fine. It's okay. To be honest, you could probably say anything and the city would probably rejoice and be happy that you're telling them anything at all.
Okay.
But in this case, let's make sure that we say something right so that they follow suit.
Of course, yes. I just don't want that it to be like when I had freeball the speech.
I think you did a good job.
I didn't like it.
You did fine. Steadfast would have been proud.
Yeah.
So, I thought we start off with briefing them on what's happening and that we know what's happening. Then we'll go into telling them everything. We'll start off with us not being born in a different year than they'd expect from us. And then letting them know that because of what's happened before, it is going to repeat itself and happen again. From there, we'll tell them that we need them to be prepared and to protect each other, along with not just staying at home for the next couple of weeks, but figuring out how to evacuate this city. You think that's all right?
Sounds good to me.
Okay.
As long as the citizens know how to deal with this and not freak out.
Yeah, at the end of the day, I just want them to know that us heroes are here for them, to protect them no matter what, and help them throughout any of this process. No matter who's against them or who's for them, we will always be. You know?
Ashley, you suddenly sense a heartbeat in your house. And then you very quickly hear, "Knock knock, is anybody home?" From Minerva.
Come on in, door's open.
I know, it's not that I need it. You see she very briskly walks into the room, briefly looks at Puddle Boy, but you see she has a tablet in her hand in the most, annoyed, pissed off grin. Dahlia sent me to come ask you a few questions to finish up some loose ends. Because, I'm apparently her messenger at this point.
You're doing such a good job.
Of course.
What is it?
Anyway, she kind of holds up the tablet. There's a couple things with the Moreau's base that she needs to finish up before they start sending people in. You have a bunch of the grunt demons that have already been taken out and rehabilitated. Leo has actually been working on that. Thalia
They
also,
do.
however, did ask them and how they felt about demons being exposed. The ones taken by Moreau's are for it, however, as it doesn't allow the government powers to take them without others batting an eye. That was just an informational thing she wanted me to pass along. Also, I need to know...
shouldn't even know that they're demons at the end of the day. If they're doing what's right and are good citizens, it wouldn't matter.
Of course, of course. Anyway, we need some final decisions on the remaining power weapons. Apparently the glowing brass knuckles, wooden staff with sapphires, the emerald-crusted shield in the pincushion. What are you doing with those? Or do you just want Thalia to hide them away somewhere?
We're growing our own freaking collection downstairs. We might as well add those to it.
Alright, I'll make sure to bring them sometime soon, I'm sure. Okay, last thing. What is to be done with the more unique demons? The burning short sword and the 2 trigger demons, and the one labeled Zoe.
In my head, Mop can answer this, by the way, because he's the other hero in the room if he wants to. As Ashley kind of goes quiet, because she's going to ask Sadie, can we do anything about the trigger demons? We. Us. You, Miss Queen of the trigger demons.
You can give them to somebody.
What does that mean?
Let them infest them, and then they'll become trigger demon.
No, they're gonna have no control.
So?
What do you mean, so? You know what's best for this city.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Is there any way we can give them the free will?
For the trigger demons, yeah. Oh, you're talking about the people. Sorry. I forgot humans were important sometimes. No. Not that I know
So
of.
we'd have to keep them locked up.
Probably. Unless you found someone that's like really strong. Not of brain. Brain doesn't matter. It's more of like if you're really muscly and not easily like... What is it? It's like a name. It's like a word, but also a name. Will. If you have strong will. Maybe. That's the only thing I can think of.
Don't even think about it, Poke.
Hey, Kier, how are
Something
you?
just came into my head, especially because of a conversation me and Jonas had the other night. She kind of like thinks and has the same facial expression I just did, where it's like, I don't. Whoa, that's not something that I had assumed could be a thing.
Wait, what? You didn't let me see that thought. Think about it again.
No, I'm not letting you see that one.
No! I'm gonna punch you in the face.
You won't
Wait.
do that.
You see, she puts a fist. Mopping, you see that Minerva's just staring at Ashley
no.
go back and forth.
I put my other hand on the other one to bring it down. We're not thinking about that right now.
Fine.
That's the only thing?
Wait, what?
That's the only thing that we'd be able to do.
I don't know, or just lock them away. Put them in a sock drawer. Somewhere, I guess.
She'll look back up at Minerva. Did Mop say anything? Was there any conversation there? Or was everyone just looking at fucking weird ass Ashley? Mop's distracted by trying to read the speech still. Got it.
How are you?
Yeah, he's doing that. This is like more than he could deal with, so he hasn't really been saying much.
Okay.
Gotcha.
What was the other demons? You said 2 trigger demons and what?
The 2 trigger demons. A burning short sword is apparently a demon these days. And one labeled Zoe.
You wouldn't even know.
She rolls her eyes.
Give me a second to think on that one. I might have to have a talk with Athena, but we'll figure out that as well.
Oh great, I have to come back. Send Thalia a text when you want me to. She's
Alright.
gone.
I'm gonna give Athena a call.
I pick up. Hey Ash, what's up?
Sorry, I'm
Lots of information.
I have like 8 different screens up of different things. Oi!
Now you know how I feel with my
we're
notes.
bringing a body back to the cabin.
You're what?
You obviously haven't been looking at your phone. You've been busy. It's fine.
I'm sorry. I've been working on this speech with Mop.
No. I know. It's his name's Carter Andrews. He's 78. Well, the whole story. Well, I'll tell you later. What? Did you need something?
Thalia wants to know what we're gonna do with the rest of the hero weapons and the rest of the demons that are still locked up under the city. I told them we'd keep the demon weapons, the power weapons, but at the end of the day, who else is going to be better at keeping anything else at bay until we understand what we can do with them? It's weird to ask, but if we could maybe expand our whatever we have downstairs into something a bit more protective, we could probably host them for a bit until we can figure out what we truly want to do with them. The demons,
You're
weapons
talking
already coming here.
about the ones in the below. No, the ones in the
I'm not. I'm talking about 2 trigger demons, one called Zoe and another that is... Wait, what'd she say?
Burning short sword.
And a burning short sword.
Which
The
every
one-
time
the
that the
short
burning
sword we
short sword
can
is
keep
is mentioned, Sadie would go, Wrath.
Wrath.
The desire demon weapon we can keep with the other desire demon we have. That's not a problem. But the 3 others that are actual physical beings, we might have to keep in a more maintained facility.
Aren't the trigger demons in like goblets or something?
Yeah. Never mind.
I was
Zoe,
like, wait.
Zoe's not though.
You haven't
We don't know
seen
who
Zoe.
Zoe
Who the fuck is Zoe? We
You just
don't know who
Zoe.
Zoe is.
You remember? Athena would remember. Zoe is in a sealed off, no windowless, locked room, and none of you wanted to open it because you didn't want to mess with that, which is fine. You had a lot of things you're doing. And
I think we're talking about the one that we assume was the mother of Daniel at the time, and then we found out.
No, nothing in the below. Nothing in the below.
No.
This
That
is only
you
one
didn't let him finish. He said that's what you
okay.
thought at the time, and then found out that was not the case.
Well, no, we were in the children's center when we found Zoe.
No, you were in the
No,
demon
no.
center. It was near the children's
We're in the
center.
demon section.
Okay.
I think we assumed that they
Zoe was a
given
child
Zoe a
demon
trigger demon, a
because she
child
was-
trigger demon.
Yeah, because she was
or something like that.
on as a birth thing, and that's why Sadie could sense her and be like, "This is not a demon I've ever sensed in my entire life of living."
Sadie said that basically Zoe was looked like a mutt, I think, is what we kind of came to the conclusion.
Yeah, she was like,
I think it's a mutt, maybe? I don't know.
Or manufactured or something like that, yeah.
If Monroe is willing, maybe we should have him deal with Zoe and we take the rest and lock them away.
I'm sorry, say that one more time.
I said maybe we should let Monroe deal with Zoe. He might have better luck. We don't even exactly know what Zoe is.
That's why I'm saying it doesn't have to be long term, but we'd keep her here until we figure out what we need to do next with her. And of course, Leo can be in on that, but
Here is not. The cabin's not built for that, unfortunately.
that's why I'm saying, would you be willing to make those changes? Expand whatever facility we have downstairs to be a bit more protective so that we can hold these things to the highest, just in case anything ever touches it or wants in on it. We wouldn't let them.
We could just put it in the closet.
We don't need to keep that scorpion in the closet either. Something a bit more protective. That
Maybe
won't influence
not
others.
directly under the cabin, but maybe like under the helicopter pad or something in the back.
It's up to whatever you want. I was just giving you the idea.
Yeah, it's not a bad idea. Maybe like a small cell or a couple of cells that we could put people in if we needed to. I was thinking about adding a vault type thing, like a vaulted bunker with Jeffrey's help, maybe, as Jeffrey's pointing to himself in the car when I'm mentioning this. We might be able to come up with something when we get back. I don't know if it'd be a good thing to just do it out of metal, or maybe use some type of living metal? Might have to ask Silver Lady for some help with that.
If you don't mind calling some people and getting this to work, that would be great.
Yeah. We'll be back soon-ish, I think. Looks at Jeffrey for confirmation.
Yeah.
Is that where we're headed now?
I guess.
As Jeffrey like takes a turn onto the highway.
Exactly.
We'll be back soon.
All right. So, as that conversation finishes, I'm assuming Ashley would hang up, or and Athena would.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mop, do you say anything to Ashley? Puddle Boy interactions, anything like that going on before we cut away?
Sorry, Puddle Boy. That's all really confusing. Luckily, she didn't even ask anything.
Forgot. I almost just replied out loud, like I speak. Funny. He'll nod and think for a second, and then catch himself and be like, "It's fine."
He says it out loud?
Mhm.
Okay, cool. If that's hard for you, I'm sorry. And she'll scruffle through the paper she's already writing on and hand you a paper and a pen and a pencil.
No, he pushes it back away. He says, "I need to get used to this."
Okay. Don't push yourself too hard, all right?
You want any toaster strudels?
Or how about a
You
cup
could
of
probably
tea?
eat them now too.
A cup of tea then
But
for you.
not spiked, Seamus.
I'm not gonna give him spiked. He just was reborn. I'm not gonna give a 1-year-old or a day-year-old a bunch of. And he wanders off into the kitchen.
Can you bring us toaster strudels too, please?
I think we only got like a few left. And by a few, I mean like 6 boxes.
That's good enough.
Damn it, not enough. Oh, I mean, yes, it's good enough.
We'll eat them all right now. We'll order more, Mop. Sadie goes through them just as
Are they
fast
cherry?
as you
They're only ever cherry. Good.
do.
Best one.
She had a banana one once, though. That wasn't that great.
No, I was ready to kill someone after that.
So we're single-handedly.
Anyways, let's go over this part again, Mop.
All right.
As you go back into things, Daniel, as you're running around killing people, getting very, very tired, things are slowing down finally as the sun starts to go down. And you see a figure you recognize comes kind of drifting, walking in your direction, is the Silver Lady. Or Silver Lady, I should say, not the Silver Lady.
The Silver Lady.
Nope, Silver Lady. So, you see as she comes over to you, and just says, "Good evening, Daniel.
Silver Lady.
I know you are very busy, and I don't want to force non-priorities onto you. But, however, there's a number of things I was working on within the Rigi that I don't know if you'd be willing to look into sometime. Also, my husband, he's recovering, but slowly. I was wondering if at some point you could take a look at him.
Yeah, anything for you.
I appreciate it. I don't know how far along. She's kind of walking with you now as you're kind of going through the last few people. I don't know how far along I know Rugi got in teaching you, if anything at all. But we were working on. Well, I was working on creating bodies for those Medusa had turned into stone. I was wondering if at some point when they are ready, you'd be able to transfer their souls. And possibly Athena transfer their minds. The body should be ready in 2 days' time.
I'll look a little bit more into this. Thank you.
Thank you. Also, Daniel,
I know it is very selfish of me to ask, but it pains me to not be able to see my husband walk at all. Still in the wheelchair. You could.
I'll do what I can.
Thank you. You know where I am, or I believe you do. It is the old Morose Industries building. It's now Silvertech. I'm using the main one in our town. If I'm not there, I'll be at the one in Beritage.
Alright, I'll find you when I'm ready.
Thank you, Daniel.
She kind of slowly, so you know what's going on, she pulls you into a hug.
You'll accept it.
She backs away. Nods. She gets away from the tent and you see she kind of floats off. Daniel, you spend maybe another 45 minutes there healing, and then people say, alright, we thank you very much, Daniel. We'll cart them off from here, kind of thing. Back to their places they can stay for the night. But as you're leaving, walking back down the street, you feel your wrist grabbed briefly by someone. It spooks the hell out of you, this cold, wrinkled hand. And you just hear a woman say, "Pardon me."
Okay, yeah. He'll turn to her.
You see this slightly hunched woman with long gray hair, and she kind of has a shawl wrapped around her head. Grayish, slightly brown, stringy hair, and very long fingers, with longer fingernails. Wrinkled hand, but not that wrinkled. You can see a few wrinkles around her face, and there's kind of a long, hooked nose. Make her look very witch-like.
Are you one of the individuals with the motley misfits? The heroes that are practically running the city these days?
She lets go of your wrist.
Yeah, that'd be me.
She just kind of stares at you for like a good 10 seconds. Unless you say
He
something.
is very on edge right now. He's holding a portal reaction, and he knows how risky that is, but...
You see she reaches below her vest or her sweater or something. You see it's like very deliberate. And she pulls out a business card.
If you
She'll
and your
look at it,
friends are interested in coming to see more about things you see every day without seeing them.
Just clicked for poke.
Would you come meet me here?
All right, I will take the card, and what does it say on the card?
It says Red Barrel.
Yep.
Red Barrel's thrift shop and emporium. Oh, it's Caroline.
Got it, but
If it's not Poke, if it's Poke, Caroline's the last one to get it.
What do you mean Poke didn't get it? I don't get it.
So you
Zoom
see,
and I were like
you see
instant.
Daniel as you look down at the card and you look back up. She's gone.
Whoa.
Daniel's like even more a little like that. That's creepy. And then you hear right behind you as she's walking down the street. You didn't hear her walk around you.
Have a good night, helping hand.
You like jump and spin around. You're like,
Oh my god.
heebie-jeebies down your spine.
I don't like that I
when we
can
need her?
hear her.
I know, right?
She's right next to me.
He has good hearing too, but
If I'm able to, if I concentrate, side effect of bleeding ears, hear El Phantasma ghost stepping from across the city, I think hearing an old lady walking next to me should be a breeze, right?
Daniel's like, I don't know who this lady is, but she's weird.
He will take the card and then continue doing whatever he was doing.
He was walking home at this point, I believe. Unless he has somewhere else he's going.
He would probably reconvene at the cabin.
Okay. So, as people are all starting to gather back at the cabin.
The only other thing I was going to ask is, would Athena have time to call Silver Lady and ask for her help in developing this room with her and Jeffrey?
Sure, go ahead and we'll do that call before we end for tonight then.
Okay.
Hello, Athena.
Hey, I have a favor
A favor?
that I'm pretty sure you can help me with.
I will do my best to help, of course.
Basically, and Ashley has a little bit of a better idea about this than I do, but we need to build a vault and then several cells near the cabin.
I see. Are these for the things that were left over from underneath?
Yes.
I see, I see. So do you want this vault over by your cabin, yes?
Yeah. That's where it's probably the safest for right now.
Something close by, but very easily protectable?
Yes.
Understood. I could possibly have something done within 5 days to a week. If I could have something, if you need something stored, it could be held at a Silvertech for the time being, until it is set up, if you'd prefer.
It'd have to be something that no one could access.
Of course, only myself and any other individuals I designate. So yourselves, of course.
Let me make sure that the group, that everyone else is I'm sorry, I'm tired. That everyone else is okay with that. And
Sorry, what are you talking about?
Storing stuff at Silvertech until we get the vault and stuff designed at the house.
Nice, another prison in the tech industry.
It's Silver Lady.
No, I'm not there. I just wanted to know who was actually talking right now. That Cullen was talking. Silver Lady has a French accent?
Yeah.
Yes, that was established.
Where have you been?
Silver Lady have a French accent. She's always had a French accent?
Yes.
Yeah. How tired
You might want to rewatch the episode.
You all are absolutely fucking with me. Silver Lady did not have a French accent.
It's just my French accent was... No. This is probably what it was. My Silver Lady accent was much shittier the past couple weeks, but I've practiced it much more this week. In the past week or so. It was very shitty French accent. Now it's still... Now it's still shitty, but slightly less shitty.
I think, Caro, you just deleted that part of your memory
I
somehow.
really think you did.
I'm so sorry.
This is
Continue.
This is not an elaborate prank on you. So, what were you? Oh, hello, Jeffrey. Good evening.
She'll put it on speaker.
Hey.
You're on speaker now. It's just me, Jeffrey, and Phantasma.
I could hear based off the wind of your car.
So, the plan is that we're gonna build a prison inside your industry tech place.
No, I have a number of secure vaults that will work for the time being until you could have your own, from what it seems.
Okay.
Is there a way... You know who Zoe is, correct?
I know that she was a very uncontinued project of Elias's, but after she broke out a number of times, it was discontinued.
Shoot.
Is there a way to move her without opening the cell?
From what I've been able to sense with my technomancy is that she is in a very large pod in suspended animations of sort. I'm not sure, and I believe the room is to amplify or put a damper on any powers she may possess.
I could try moving the room.
Yeah, like, could we move the room?
We might have to clear a path through the old monorail system, but we could.
It might be the safest option instead of trying to just move the stasis pod. Bleh.
If you think this is best, I don't know what the fear is behind it. But if you think it is that deadly to not move even temporarily, even if it's just a pod.
We just don't know.
Of course.
And if she's in a state of suspended animation or something, waking her suddenly could cause her to run. And if we're not on top of that and she gets away, because we don't know exactly what we're dealing with.
I'm not one to want to overestimate or underestimate things. But do you believe that a small girl would be able to outrun some of the misfits?
I think what you should be saying instead is that in order to collect more data, we need her to be in her environment or whatever.
Of course, that makes sense. I believe if we cannot move the room entirely, we could move the pod and she would not be able to leave.
Okay.
Well, as long as that's a certain, then yeah, we can try both.
I will talk to Salia, and I will wonder about how I'll go about it. Also, Athena, if you could give me the dimensions of your bunker and where it would be based on your property, I will have some things sketched up soon.
I have an idea to go even further underneath the house.
Alright. If we go down too
Another
low,
layer.
we might run into some infrastructure problems, but I will look.
It wouldn't be the entire floor. It would just be a section to store things.
Alright, understood. Send me the information when you can.
Okay.
So, he hangs up, continues your driving home. And last thing, you all get home and back to that, and Ashley and Mop seem to be mostly finished with the speech upon everybody arriving there.
It's really good.
So, as you're there,
I wanted to do this canonly because I want to Ashley, once everyone's there, to show you guys this speech. Her and Mop will read it out to you guys, go over it and everything. Only for the fact that I want to share it with all of you guys right now, so we have a whole full IRL week to make sure that this is exactly what we want to tell the citizens of Carvel City and the world. Thank you.
all right. Let me get you some heroic music, and then we'll go for it. Hold on.
Ooh, we need a speech before bed? Hell yeah.
Oh, whoa. We're going to read it right now? I just kind of wanted them to read it over their own time. And then maybe
Oh,
put
my bad. I misunderstood.
If you want, we could do it uncanic, or I guess canonically, we could try it out with,
You
with Ashley
canonically
Mop right
reading it
now.
off, and then you can change it, and then you have a practice run before people hear it.
If you want to, Mop.
Speech.
I should mention it's a long speech, so get comfy.
It is long.
I feel like, because I mean, like, it seems to me like I'm just reading it now, like reading it through all the way through. I feel like it would be better if we saved it for next week since we're about to end.
Okay.
The full speech.
It might change a bit too, but because we want all of your guys' input. That's why I wanted to do it in character so that everyone can IRL also have input on being like, yeah, let's say it this way, maybe, or that part's good, but why don't we also add this part in so that they understand that
Here,
we mean business.
Why don't we
whatever
do this in very movie fashion? Read like the last like 4 or 5 lines, and then be like,
Okay.
well, so what do you think, guys? So we can tease Bran, who desperately wants to hear the speech.
I will tease the audience with just this last bit, especially because it's just an Ashley part.
So like, imagine that they
is saved from reading anything today.
So there's like a cut, and then it like shows that like they were reading the speech, but you guys have heard the whole speech. So you guys are just here. The cameras are just seeing the end of it.
Although the current political state of our city has been in a bit of turmoil recently, we want you to know that us heroes are here for you. We've shown before we will go far and beyond to do what is right, and will maintain that status no matter what. Help us help you. Be a hero just like us by helping those around you to be prepared and find safety these next coming weeks before hell breaks loose. Thank you for your time. We'll give you a moment before taking a couple questions.
I have to emotionally prepare for this next week.
Oh yeah.
So with that,
It's
and Ashley kind of looking for everybody for their feedback. That
was garbage. Stuttered on the first word.
That's why we practice in.
I'm not a speech guy, but that sounded like something a political person would say, so it's probably good.
Yeah, probably pretty good.
Thank you.
And that is where we'll end for tonight. Thank you guys
Final line.
so much for playing.
Oh, God.
Thank you guys for actually some really good roleplay from you guys tonight.
Woo!
So, thank you so much. Also, for you guys and for everybody else, you level up.
Yes! Oh my god! Oh my fucking god!
Yeah!
Oh my god!
Hey.
All right.
Bro.
Next time, everybody. Bye-bye.
Bye!
Adios.
Level 20.